Shit. You would not believe your eyes. 10 million fireflies took out your eyes as I fell asleep. And I'm gonna... No, stop! Don't. There you go. I'm gonna crawl right into sleep. I like to make myself... Oh, shit. Yamburger... Dude, this is... What... Out of all the times that you decided to stream, you decided to do it when Yamburger was doing stuff. That's okay. I got my core audience, and I love them. Just 3 hours of drawing. PE! I'm gonna be working on art stuff. Whoever wants to hang out and chat, maybe even do a request or two. Is this from Stop! It is from today, because I see it on the screen. We have a lot to talk about today, guys. Wait. We have some unbelievable developments. Okay, did you... Yeah. What? We might have a guest, maybe. I'm kind of thinking about it. We might maybe have a guest, maybe. The producer was talking to me how I should think about inviting people on for chats. And today, I saw the Holy Up Dudes. I know! I didn't have the bridge being destroyed. But it took me a nice karma farm. I'm not looking for karma. I'm looking for something that starts with orange and ends with name. Okay? But no, I did say there's an actual answer for that. Here's what we're gonna do. Guess what, guys? Apparently, my laugh is intoxicating. Sorry. I read the comments on a VOD that I was in, and I'm kind of a little bit... listen, I'm not gonna lie. Normally I would be embarrassed, and I guess everybody wants people to be humble and stuff. I am kind of, you know, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. Another day where we do streaming. Can I get rid of... He better fucking not. He better not. Def should be proud. Dude, you won't believe your eyes. Hold on. I need to link my Discord everywhere, and then I need to invite a person. People are reaching out to me on Discord. Can you believe this? I will not disclose who these people are 100%. But, man, I'm getting some positive feedback. And I never thought that I'd be one to care about that sort of stuff. I never thought I'd be one to care. Okay, where's Kyla's thing? Another day, another art stream. Brothers and sisters, join my ranks and live amongst us. Because Among Us, see? Okay. Alright, do that. And then what else? Tape deck. Will you remember us when you're famous? Absolutely. I will be living in your production house. It'll be dog-shaped. It'll be a doghouse shape. It'll be like, come here, boy! we got some drawing for you to do. And I'll be like, bowl of water, please. And you're like, dogs don't say bowl of water, please. And I'll be like, woof, woof. And then you'll be like, bitch, what? I do not sound like that. That is true. You do not sound like that. Woof, woof. And you'll be like, what in the fuck is wrong with your fucking head, bro? Like I said, I'm sorry if it's a little bit all over the place. I'm just really excited. Where else do we advertise? We advertise on Twitter. That's where we go. Do your best accurate impression of me. That would be actual sacrilege. That way, I don't think I could. Okay. Best actual impression of you. I know what you would say, but getting the voice right would be difficult. And that is not enough. That's not enough to... Yeah. Well, you should have thought about that. Hmm. No, that's not even. I'm not getting the. I know what you would say. I would not be able to do a thing. But hold on. Let me figure. Let me advertise. Let me. What am I saying? Another smorgas. How do you spell smorgas? Smorgas. Orgus art stream. Come join in and be delighted. Yes. And be delighted. Be delighted. There we go. Anywhere else? Anywhere else? Twitter? No, Kyla's thing. And then we're gonna invite in the new people. And then we're gonna invite... Dude, I cannot believe it. Invite people? Yes. God, yes, invite people. So this is the Discord I am making for my streaming stuff, plus to get interested art related people that I can reach out to and talk with. And then link your stream, and then link double up, and then be like, hey, and this is my stream link. And again, thank you for the wonderful message. Thank you for the wonderful messages. It really put a huge smile on my face. Which is true, on my face. Alright. So, we've done this. We've done that. We have commissions to work on today, and we do have a couple things to talk about, because guess what? I don't know if Tape is here amongst us, but Tape, your job... Where is it? Where'd it go? Stop! You're not! You don't look through your... Don't look! Okay, hold on. Anime. Destiny. Anime rent. It's definitely not looking up things. Okay. Tape, have you seen this channel? DGG Clips? My good sir, you were spending so much time looking for that Xenovod, and you found it. And when I say too much time, you spent like, what, 20 minutes? That took you like the top 20 minutes for you to get that stuff done? You took the whole 20 minutes to do this, and I didn't realize that this channel existed. Destiny Clips. I'm now a follower. They posted the anime thing with ABBA, and this morning, I've been getting messages from people on Discord, and I've been wondering what's going on. Why am I getting these messages? And these people, all these wonderful people, are seeing me from there. So I read through the comments, and I saw a couple of them that that made my little heart smile. You wouldn't believe it. No, seriously. You might be thinking like, oh, whatever. What I responded, dude, I feel this feels so good. Yeah. I always thought this stuff of like, oh, caring about like what people say about you so cringe. I know the channel. I didn't see the vid. Bro, I've been like giggling. Hold on. I've been like giggling for like a good chunk of maybe like an hour. Where is it? Where is it? Well, I replied to some of these. Bro casually drops hentai. Don't worry about what I do, okay? Bird interruption? Shut the fuck up, okay? You're fucking cringe. Okay, where's... Oh, I replied to this one too. This one was pretty cool. So this, I don't know if you guys remember, but during that conversation, I don't know if you guys... Dude, I feel like I'm talking about myself. Should be cringe. But I'm so... I don't know. It's getting to my head, brothers. This person made a really good critique of what I was saying about how I couldn't differentiate between protagonists being inspiring. Your gold colors look fire on this art. Oh, fucking thank you. Thank you. Man, you guys are, my self-esteem's through the roof today, and it's all external. It's all because of you guys. Oh my god. God damn. I cannot believe this. But this person was making a critique basically about the things that how I was mentioning on stream, how I personally am very tired of inspirational like anime protagonists that are all gloom and doom, and their power-ups all come from like being upset because of trauma and this and that. And I want more the little green haze. Yeah, because remember, I don't know if you guys watched that Tim Rogers review that I told you guys to. That was homework, by the way, the full 8 hours. But in the words of Tim Rogers, every surface in the world's a mirror. Some of them are better and others are worse. So the yellow of the gold with the blue is probably going to be like a green, maybe? Probably like a green? Yeah, something like that. But listen, guys. but regardless, it's taking me a long time to get around to what I actually need to say. Somebody who has pretty cool, interesting thoughts about the AI topic in the industry, or at least that was going in depth about like how AI tools could be useful for art, reached out to me on Discord, and she wrote a really interesting, I don't know, thought, or a really interesting opinion piece, like a personal account, personal detailing of what she thinks, and how nice it was to hear talk that was industry and pipeline related, because I feel like that's true. If you remember the complaint that I constantly make about the DGG chat and how they react to art, is how all of it is so inconsiderate of what it actually takes to make art, in terms of like how many people are working there, like if the animations poop, like who do you blame? Do you blame the animator? Do you blame the director? What is budget like? All these things go into account. And it was so cool hearing somebody echo exactly what I feel like the mission statement is set out to be, which is like this smarter conversation piece, smarter critiquing piece. Like it was really cathartic. And I was saying this to the producer, and the producer was telling me that she thinks maybe I should have a chat with this person, you know? And I was kind of thinking like, damn, maybe that would be a good idea. So maybe for the future, this would be that would be like something cool. I don't know, guys. I'm just really excited. I'm over the moon. I've been over the moon for just a couple hours. I can't even think straight. But we have a lot to catch up on other aspects. Lots that happened. I did not watch any VODs about Irrelevant. I have not watched any VODs about Darius. But it seems like the boy is better. Tape, I see you in those chats. Every time when stream is done, I go to watch like a Darius. Did you figure out what the art zine? Yes, dude, it was so fucking weird. I found the person who made the art zine, or who planned the art zine, and I got in touch with them. I am rounding up all those people. Rounding up is a weird way to put it, but I am getting in touch with all these people. The zine person found me first. I went on Destiny's Discord, and I looked up the name of the person who made the zine. And somebody who I knew, who had conversation with me on the art Discord server, on the channel, on the Discord's art channel, linked a chess game they linked an invitation to a chess game, and the person who was hosting the chess game had the name of the guy who was going to work on the zine. So I reached out to this person, like, hey, you linked the chess game, and the invitation was in the name of said person. Do you know them? And they're like, yeah, question mark? And I was like, oh, do you know how to get in touch with them? They made like a Destiny zine, or they were trying to, and I want to get in touch with them. I was like, dude, that's literally me. And I'm like, what? So I was already talking with them way before I even knew about the zine thing, which is perfect. And then there's some other people that reached out to me. Also, don't take anything I say seriously in most other chat. That listen, I count whatever people say on Darius's chat as their worst selves showing, but I wouldn't take it seriously. I don't know much about Gisticle. I know that he gave me a chance, and in fact, Gisticle was the person that would often tell me to go on Destiny stream, and he's the one who would reach out trying to get me to go on Destiny stream. Like, I think I only managed to get into Destiny streams because Gisticle, I don't remember ever meeting him, but the guy liked me for some reason, and he thought I should come in. Just is that not how you say his name? Gisticle. Wait, let's put on some music, guys. But he fought for my right to come in, and I see him on Darius's chat, and all the shit he's saying is fucking heinous. It's fucking... Dude, I've never seen somebody fighting so hard to start a garbage fire. Where's... I need music. I need music. That's his new name? Yeah, it should be his new name. Idle room. There we go. And then just hit that guy on shuffle. There you go. But yeah, no. I think today we're also going to take some requests too. A shit stir? He seemed like a... I don't know what you call it. He seemed like somebody who would only shit stir if you came into stream and you were saying some crazy shit. Like, what was his last appearance on stream? Was he yelling at Kurantos? I think he was. I think he... Dude, that was... We're not going to be talking about any of the political stuff, okay? I doubt anybody comes in here for that, but I'm not going to weigh in. I'm not going to talk about that. I do not care how far this fence post sits up my butt. I'm not educated enough on a topic to have a point of view, okay? So I'd rather be silent than anything. But man, whenever they were talking about, you know, current hot political issue, he was fucking tearing up Kurantos' head. He was fucking going nuts after him. You know? It was pretty fucking wild. I'm not. Ask somebody. You're gonna have to ask somebody else. I'm not doing it. No fucking way. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it. How much would I do it for? I don't know. I would do it for affiliate. Make me a partner, and I would do it. I'm pretty neutral. I also feel I'm just not educated, and this is pretty fucking bad. So I don't think I'm gonna be taking any stance, considering how not. I don't know. I don't research. Okay, everything I know about it is from people who have a clear stake on it. And the last thing I should do, and I'm not even talking about streamer man, I'm talking about people IRL. So I'm not about to take those. I'm not about to take those and have an opinion on it. Okay, that's not gonna happen. Oy oy oy. Yeah, there you go. Do that reflective gold. Do that reflective gold, and then grab that tan, that peach. Some say not getting enough. Yes, that is. You know what? That is my opinion. That's the whole point of The Witcher, isn't it? It's like, oh. I don't remember. Like, I don't know. I just know that you get fucked for staying neutral the whole time. Even Geralt's like, oh, there is no greater or lesser evil. Evil is evil. And I hate evil. And then people are like, okay, Geralt, but at some point you gotta pick a side, bro. Xena the Witcher? How is she doing? I messaged her complaining about Darius, and she replied. She was nice and polite. It's just driving me nuts, man. I can't tell when that boy's serious about anything. I don't know who he's gonna be boxing, but apparently he's gonna be boxing somebody. And he's like, dude, we should practice. What's a boxing anime? And then he puts on Hajime no Ippo, and I can't tell. Apparently his shatters are smart enough to know when he's joking. I'm not. Y'all gonna end up besties? I don't think so. I don't think I will ever talk to him. I was supposed to be, because I work for Kyla, and Kyla was trying to get me to go to TwitchCon, and that's where Darius is going to be staying. So in a different alternative universe, if I was going to TwitchCon, I would meet with Darius. But I don't think there's any reason in the world for us to even talk. We don't even cover topics that are... Like, if I have a mission statement, is to ideally survive and thrive, while educating people on what I think are things to consider before you open your mouth and you critique a piece of art. Go to see Destiny. Yeah, Kyla said that if I go, I'd probably get to talk to Destiny and stuff like that, especially because I think I can talk about this now, because Kyla waved somebody. I am working on Bridges. unless things change, I am gonna be doing work for Bridges. This has been talked about it for a long time. I think even before the thing, what's it called? I don't know. Kyla reached out a long time ago since I'm on their team, and she was telling all of us about, you know, the podcast and stuff. And then I just threw around like, hey, if you guys want this, and this is what I'll say. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get everything that I hope and want to do done with Bridges, so I don't want to fuck myself over, but I have art-related plans that are kind of like community adjacent, and when I see community adjacent is I kind of have these desires to see streamers with the financial means to, you got this? Hell yeah, I got this. I feel super confident. I'm frothing out the mouth to work on this because this is gonna be animation. I'm gonna be doing animation work for Bridges, and I don't feel like it might suit the, what do you call it? I don't know if it'll suit the vision for the brand as much as they hope to, but Kyla's giving me a shot, and I think I can make some really cool animated work for Bridges. It's going to be BRB screens, stream is starting screens, and stream will be over streams, and they are, I think I might even be able to show you some. Maybe not. Maybe not. Yeah, maybe not. But as we get further into development for Bridges, I will probably be able to show more. But I'm excited to say that I'm working on it. And Bridges might be an opportunity for something even bigger that I want. I'll say this since I only have 6 streamers, so nobody, like, I like how Kicker Keep does the contestant poster every week. Bridges could use something like that, but professional looking. I don't know if I can deliver on that, because that would be more photo editing. That's the problem, right? Kyla wants to give me a chance because she likes me. She likes my work. I've been working with her for a while, but I'm an illustrator, right? I'm not like a photo editor and stuff like that. And while some of my understanding, you can draw it, obviously, I hope that it'll be good enough, but I don't know if that's what they want for the vision of the show. I think that's a concession they'll be making to acquiesce somebody who works good. But Bridges is a wonderful opportunity for me to show that I can kind of make work in that vein. The plan is, if you've seen, so this is the plan. I don't know, I'm sure all of you guys seen these Adult Swim bumpers. No, we're looking for Primal. Okay, so this is what I'm kind of offering to do for them. Less silly, right? And more serious, right? Now, obviously, this is going to be something that's like loopable, right? So in this vein of, this is Adult Swim bumpers. This is like a little ad for Adult Swim before like a show starts or after a show ends. But something akin to this, I'm sure you guys may be seeing the Rick and Morty one. Rick and Morty. Good luck. Well, I'm not going to be able to animate like that. That's not going to be what I'm going to be able to do. But what I can do is do something similar. Bumper. In a sense, even way more work, but that sounds dope. That is true. It is more work than doing posters. Genuinely, it would be. It wouldn't be like a multi-scene bumper or something like that. It would just be like a regular, like loopable. Do you watch Meat Canyon? I do. Yeah, it's not my type. The jokes are good. It's not my type of animation, but yeah. Also, I feel like because the vibe that they're going and the brand that they're going for is more of like, in my opinion, and from what I've heard from Kyla, the podcast is gonna, the podcast is gonna be more sanitized, and it is gonna be more professional, and it's gonna be like less, I don't know what you call it. It's going to be less Destiny usual stream of Orbitters arguing with each other and more of something that is professional, at least during the interview segments. And when they get into 5 to 6 people segment, that'll probably something more akin to that, to shitposty. Maybe, I don't know. But I think that they're trying to make actual meaningful change and create like an actual meaningful impact. So chances are they'll probably be more professional with this one, and I don't know if the image that they want is kind of the stuff that I do, but they're still giving me a chance. So I'm probably going to be working on that. I'm very excited to... Hi-oh! Random Fox. I don't know if I know you, but hello! Welcome. But yeah, they're going to be giving me a chance. It's going to be exciting. So expect to see more of my work for the most part. However, this is not my baby project. I am excited to work on this because it's something on my field, which is animation that I can put on my portfolio. Short animations of stories or topics that arise on the show. Yeah. Yeah. Also, I don't know if I gave you a proper welcome, Random Fox. I'm sorry if that sounded, rude. I was just in the middle of a thought. But it's nice to see you. I don't know where you came from. I don't know if you're from DGG. I don't know if you're from, just... Kick, but welcome to the stream. We do art, and we talk about art-related stuff. Sometimes we talk about drama, sometimes we talk about whatever I want to talk about genuinely. But welcome to the stream. I hope you enjoy. If you're an artiste enjoyer, DGG, yeah, true. Short animations of stories or topics that arise on the show. Example, if Destiny and Kyler are talking about animals. My first time. Well, welcome. It's nice to see you. It's good to see you, and I hope you enjoy. Sometimes it can get a little bit rowdy, but I'm sure you'll do. I'm sure you'll do fine. Can have them in a pet store or something. Yeah, I thought about this. So this goes into more of my baby project, which I will talk about now. I'm sure it won't be that big of a deal, but my idea, this is my dream, and right now I'm working very carefully. And maybe I should talk about this, but we only have 6 viewers. My dream is to reach out to Destiny, somebody who has the funds to do this, right? And to basically, I want to go live. Okay. Like, live in, like you want to stream? You can stream. Yeah, you can stream. But, what was I saying? Yeah. You can stream. Hi. You can go live. But it was nice seeing you, though. Thanks for stopping by. But what was I saying? Sorry, I got a little bit distracted. So yeah, Destiny funding, yes. Oh, and did we get our 40th follower? We did. Tell me we did. Where's the follower count? I don't see it. Well, that's because you should have had the creator dashboard opening. You silly boy. In the words of the producer, you're silly. Yes! Random Fox, thank you for the follow. I really appreciate it. You helped us get the 40 followers, which is a milestone that I've been waiting for. I've made a lot of promises of what to do at certain follower amounts, and I don't remember what 40 was, but I know that I made a promise for 40 followers. I just don't remember what it was. But if anybody remembers, let me know, and we'll do it. I should probably keep better track of these. For the Destiny funding. Okay, so let me focus and talk about this. I want a streamer who has the funds to do this. It could be XQC, it could be Destiny, it could be anybody to try a certain experiment. There are many talented people on DGG, and when I mean talented, I don't mean like, oh my god, they draw good. No, I mean like there's some serious like artistic, I don't know what you call them, like some heavy hitters, some actual heavy hitters that probably could get industry jobs. Some of them that are in industry jobs, like Sam White, I think. Sam White works for Wizards of the Coast. I don't know if he'd be interested in this. I've only spoken to Sam like a couple times. But I want a streamer who has the funds to do so and who has talented people in their audience to be able to pay for a seasonal rotation of stream-related bumpers, just like the one I'm talking about here. You've seen this, the Destiny floating up and down that load. It's beautiful, and I like you link me the artist who did that. My dream, ideally, is to get very talented artists. Now, the problem is that I'm thinking about animation, and not every talented artist can do animation. Some will do illustrations. So I'm trying to think the best way to fit all of this. But what I would like is for Destiny, hopefully, ideally, for this to be paid work. I don't know if I can promise any of that right now. But for the future, my baby is to get Destiny to pay these artists however much it takes for them to do a cute little bumper that is loopable and that he can replay. Now, the idea isn't to have one every season. The idea is to have 3 or 4 every season. It's to have 4 to 5 slots of artists seasonally. I don't know what a season is yet. That's still to be determined. Seasonally, to fill spots for making bumpers related to what's going on stream. Big Bridgeburn, congratulations. You can do a bumper of Destiny and Kyla maybe around the fire, roasting a marshmallow, and behind them a much bigger fire of like a bridge on fire. And it's just a cute little loopable animation. You can hide Easter eggs and stuff like that. But I think that what Adult Swim does is fucking awesome. I think that the way that they spotlight their talent is great. And I wish streamers with the funding to do so would kind of do more of that. I don't feel like there is much of an incentive to do that, except in areas where art kind of... Did you see the Kick or Keep one? I did not see the Kick or Keep one. I don't think so. But that's good to know that there is a Kick. In fact, I tried to get in touch with Corantos to make Keep or Keep animation, but that guy was a nightmare to get a hold of. Oh my god, I think now he has his email available for people to reach out to. But motherfucker, like, I almost posted on... I saw somebody already posted on the subreddit about, like, oh, this is the logo that I'd like them to make. But anyways, my baby is to do that. And I was trying to talk to Steven about this, but I feel like in communities where you see this be successful is places I'll look for you. I talked to him in email about his artists with Corantos. Hey, I'm always looking for work. If he wants animation work. But the reason why I bring this up is I missed the dream pitch. The dream pitch? So the dream again. Oh, Miss Heartbeat Lady, there you go. Nice to see you. I'm glad that you're here. But to summarize the dream pitch in a really condensed way, it is the idea that a streamer who has the funds to do this, because it would cost money, and the returns, I'll have to talk about the returns, but the pitch is to get a streamer like Destiny who has the funds to do this and who has a large community with actually really talented artists to be able to have, let's say seasonally, we don't know what a season is classified as yet, to have slots per season. And what these slots are paid slots where an artist that gets approved from the community will get paid to do something like an Adult Swim bumper. Is this the right screen? Or am I full screen? I'm full screen. There you go. So something like this. But this is Destiny related. This is Destiny like focused. So that's my baby. That's my pitch. The only problem is that there's a lot of concerns that come with this. Number one, here's what I can tell you for a fact, and this is something that I feel like I've spoken about, even Destiny spoken about on stream. He doesn't want to manage stuff. He wants somebody else to manage it. And while there are people in his community that can help manage it, the idea would be that you're wrangling, which can be difficult, you're wrangling seasonally, you're wrangling 5 artists from the community, right? And ideally you're picking people that you can trust, that can deliver on deadlines, and you're wrangling them and you're staying on top of them to meet a certain deadline so that all these assets, all these things will be ready for stream. And that's like a difficult job to have. So again, before this is even approved, and we don't even know what the turnaround is, because here's the thing, Destiny is paying, but how's he making his money back? Here's what I think. I think there is a thriving community of artists that bring more views to channels like Germans or Game Grumps. There are content creators on the internet that have such a thriving art community and animation community that I feel like it helps bring in so many eyes to their stream just by seeing animated content. And Destiny's had animated content before. It didn't perform too well, but it was nice. Is it Slugworm? Was it Slugworm that made the D&D animations? They were really cute. They were really well done. I feel like if we do this now, it could be a good opportunity to get eyes that weren't there before, because now you have people that are like signing. I mean, if you look at art enough, I'm sure that you've come across like Dream animations, and I mean like the Minecrafter guy. That guy has whole ass groups of people who are making like videos of Dream universe content. I don't know what goes on in Dream related stuff, but yeah, that's the baby. That's the idea essentially, is to have the cycle of their slots. You bring in artists, those artists will have their handles and where to reach them at the bottom of the screen. You have this cute little outro that is Destiny related, and this inspires more people in the community to be like, I can do animation, I want to make the next bumper. and then you're making this cycle essentially. The animatics are absolutely good for silly Minecraft stuff. Yeah, and what I think is that there can be people in the community who you can draw out. What is this? Oh yeah, I did see this. This is cute. This is cute. I did see this. This is good. Small scope is the best trial. Doesn't need to be perfect at first, but trial. Yeah, exactly. So right now, what I'm trying to reach out is, again, unless things change, I don't think they will change. I think things are pretty safe. I will be doing some work for Bridges, the upcoming podcast, and I want that to be a trial. What I want to do is, by the time that I give this to Destiny, I approach him about his personal streams and not the podcast, or vice versa. And I tell him, like, hey, and I feel confident in my ability to do good work. I can be like, hey, I've done this for you. Now imagine if we get 5 of these, and that's a lot of money. Animation is a lot of money. I feel like to keep it in a small scope, it would have to be like, instead of these Adult Swim multi-scene bumpers, we get loopable animations. There's an artist who I know does this for streamers who stream other art online. Like Rubber Ross got one of these loading screens that are loopable little things where you have one scene, one environment, one angle, and the only thing that's like looping over and over is the characters in it. And they're doing like a variation of different actions, like 3 to 4 actions, but they're still in the same environment. But that's going to be the approach. And by then, my mission is to find artists who I trust to be, and this is going to be the tough part, modular mindset. Yeah, exactly. The part that I will have is difficult because it will be my first time kind of looking at a managerial position. But my mission until then, that he doesn't know about, is to find artists who I think are reliable enough to be able to output quality work in a consistent time thing. And what I need to find in a consistent time, I don't know what you call it, deadline, in a consistent deadline, right? It's more of a managerial rule, which I've maybe done like once for my student film that I've done in school, but it's the only way that it's going to work in my opinion. I think there is a lot of, I don't know what you call it. Let's talk about in the sense of capitalism, right? I feel like there is a lot of artists who are in my position where we're not in the industry yet. We would love to make work that we can put on portfolios and we can pitch to industries, and we would love for it to be paid. And you know, an industry where I feel like there could be I don't know, increase in production value, streaming, genuinely. I see that with XQC. XQC has so many fan works of people who will make incredible Pepe animations, like fantastic. And XQC sees them on stream once or twice, and then that's kind of it. I mean, I don't watch XQC, I shouldn't say this. Papa Meat, that might be the person. I don't know who they are. But imagine if XQC or Destiny were to tap into these people and get a product out of them, like a paid product, right? So, of course, not every streamer can do this. A lot of streamers are just like me, I guess. I don't have the money to do this. I'm happy that I have the means to do so by myself, but I surely as hell can't pay someone a fair amount to be able to do a loading animation for me. Or a UI. I designed my own stream UI stuff, like what you're seeing on screen. I don't like it. I feel like it could be better. It was the best that I could do, and if I were to hire somebody who could do a much better job, I wouldn't be able to pay them. So this kind of is the perfect storm. Everything's coming together for someone who has the money, someone who will have a small scale prototype be dropped off in their hands, and me, somebody who's interested in opening a door for maybe like a I don't know what you call it, like a mini industry, like a system to fund their art. Like, everything is kind of coming together. So that's my baby project. I don't know if it'll work. I hope it does. I really truly hope it does, especially because I feel like it'll be such a good boost for, like, oh, Destiny's community has like a lot of artists and they're like prominently being displayed on stream. Now, mind you, if I tell Destiny every once a week, could you do something where you're showing off artists on your stream? He'll probably be like, I don't know, the subreddits for that, right? But if we seamlessly integrate it into his actual day-to-day stream by keeping it as loading screens, stream will start, stream will end. He probably doesn't use those, but loading screens, fuck, that's like perfect. And if we add variation to those streams, like 5 of them, It'll always keep the viewers entertained. I don't know if you guys were there for when the current loading stream was displayed, like the one where he's floating in space, but I remember that. People were looking for like little Easter eggs. Oh, what does the sign in the back say? The one that's shooting from Earth into space. What does that say? And you can make it like interesting and varied for the viewer. You can make it spotlight the artists. It's in my opinion, pros all around. Now, like I said, the only concern would be, is that going to bring money back to Destiny? How's that going to pay? I think it's genuinely going to pay in the shape of if this stuff goes on YouTube, if this stuff gets more artists in the community to want to be like, I want to make the next one, then you propel this idea that like in your community you have artists. You're like producing them, you're making them. I feel like you could make a ton of fun variations of streamer lore. Yeah, streamer lore videos could be great too. But again, all this stuff is only going to work with dude. That would be actually so much fun. There's so much ancient lore from DGG that I would love to voice, or talk about, or make videos of. And there's a lot that we could find. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of erased VODs. But categorizing it and talking about it could be fun, like Destiny Aphrodite thing, where you had somebody who was like although that one's a little bit more toxic. That's the only concern that I have, though, is that I feel like Destiny is a little bit, what am I going to call them? Not sanitized enough for how positive the art community is. I feel like most people that, all of these like Dream guys and all these people that make animations for like silly Minecraft stuff, like it's all come from a very like wholesome, positive energy, and I feel like Destiny can have that, but not always. So that would be my only other concern, but I'm sure there will be an audience for it. Yes, that's the baby project. So we'll see about that working. I already had one person who kind of figured this out because they reached out to Kyla to work as an artist on Bridges, and then Kyla was like, actually, I already have an artist, but you can go talk to him, because I told her about this project that I want to do. Right, it can run the line of vilifying characterization. Yeah, exactly, right? Anything that I'd want to animate, it's funny to me, I was there, I was a DGGer and I saw it and I laughed, but it could see as like bullying, or exactly like you said, vilifying, right? The Aphrodite stuff would certainly be that. If I were to animate like the spat that he was having with even the animators, like that would probably be something that's not very clean, that's not very sanitized. But again, I'm sure that there's like good stuff, like the Dan Kitty Litter thing. You could probably make a really fucking funny animatic off of that, just the audio alone of them talking. Another one that they could make like a really cool little animatic is Trainwrecks talking to Rem about continental philosophy. That was funny as fuck. But those are way rarer than the antagonistic conflict audios from God knows how long it's been. That's my baby, and I'm working on it, and we'll see if we'll get there. And if it doesn't work, hey, we can always keep working hard to try and get a studio job, because God. I want a job that is guaranteed paid monthly, okay? Studio job or a gig from somebody who... And I think Destiny is the ticket to that, and I feel like I can provide a service. And I feel, most importantly, is we can open the door for more people to be seen. Especially now that he's talking about Good Dream, go, go. Yeah, that's the baby steps. But we'll see. So that's, I guess, what you're looking for resume-wise. I'm looking for, honestly, anything. I just don't want to be freelance anymore, but my ideal would be doing animation or storyboarding. Yeah, that would be the ideal, but I would not turn down anything else. An industry job would be perfect right now. Like, even I think I was applying to... The problem is that I don't have a resume for... Like, I applied to... Who makes... Hyper Light Drifter? I applied to the studio that made Hyper Light Drifter, and they were like, oh, we're looking for 2D artists. It's the only problem... Silkworm! Thank you, that's the guy who did the... Yes. I'll M you, no problem. Heart Machine, yes! Oh my god! Miss Heart Me Lady, you have no idea how life-changing that... Listen, I understand no promises, but... Oh my gosh. But the only problem is that I don't feel like my portfolio shows off my capabilities of doing art for games. But we'll see. I'm always down to do more art, to try and get a job. Always. But Silkworm, that guy. I think that guy, from what I understand, I think Destiny spoke about it on stream. That guy stopped working on D&D animation because he was working on his own project. And I think for how much Destiny was paying him, because say what you want about Destiny, he pays people up. Again, the Corantos meme doesn't need to be repeated, but even before Corantos, he pays people way more. Like, Destiny's paid me, I think 50% of everything the original sweater contest made back in the day. He paid me 50%. And let me tell you, I've worked with other streamers in the past for contests. No other fucking streamers, weekly, right? Fuck. No other streamers were paying like that. Fuck it, I'll say it. Is it Critical? There's a guy who worked with GTA RP stuff, and one of my friends was like, hey, Wolfgang, if you want quick money, you can just join this contest that he's doing. Your art's gonna be pretty good, and I have no doubt that you'll be able to win this contest and make yourself like $500 for art-related stuff. And I never watched this guy a day in my life, but I was like, oh fuck, I won't turn down $500, absolutely. It was when I was in college and I was paying my own rent, so for me, that's like a wonderful thing. I get to work on art, and I get to make money. Fuck, I'll take it. And I joined this contest for, well, Chinese agent. I got some Baldur's Gate complaints to make, so we'll get there. But boy, I got some complaints. You're probably so thrilled to hear that. But I worked for Critical making fan art of, I guess, one of his characters, who, I guess, in more topical news, probably isn't like as cute of a joke to make right now. But it was like a Jewish character who, like, I guess, did like BMX riding or something like that. And I worked on it, and this guy, again, it's what I talked about before in the past, right? Like, it's not a streamer's fault that they don't know how to compensate artists. These are just people that picked up a webcam and started recording themselves, playing video games and whatnot, and they've found success. So it's not like I expect them to know how to pay artists well enough. But the point that I'm trying to illustrate, depends streamer man, I guess, is that even Destiny, who doesn't have an exact understanding of like what's a fair way to compensate like an artist, the Critical thing. I got second place, so I made 250 USD, but halfway through that, he decided, actually, I'm going to sell these as merch. And I am of the staunch belief that one way of tricking artists is to not tricking, be careful with your language. There are artists who are too young and too novice to know that if you're going to be making stuff for merch, especially merch that will sell, you most likely want to be paid in royalties. Even if it's like 14%, which doesn't sound like that much, but again, it's getting your money's worth. If you're going to be getting a one-time payment for merch, you should ask for a really big payment, like an unbelievably big payment. You're probably, if it's guaranteed to sell, it's a bit of a gamble, but that's just how it works. But halfway through, this guy decided, I'm also going to be selling this as merch. And like, I was not about to tell this dude like, hey, that's fucked up, and because he's gonna give me my $500. And at the time, I thought it was gonna be $500 because I thought I was gonna get first place. And I do not want to not have rent money, so I was just like, oh, whatever, fine. But the point that I'm illustrating is that years before that, in 2017, Destiny was just giving me 50% of the earnings of the Christmas sweater stuff. So, say what you want about Destiny, but that guy will pay people really well. Like, more than maybe they deserve. For the Christmas sweater, I think I got way more than 50%, considering I did none of the manufacturing. My design was cute, but it wasn't anything over the moon. And he treated me really well. Really, really well. So, nothing but glowing reviews for that. I don't know why I started talking about the way people get paid. Silkworm related, maybe? But Silkworm, I'm pretty sure that even though Destiny paid people pretty well, it probably paid Silkworm really well too. I'm assuming that the animations weren't producing enough money to justify them being uploaded and made and produced frequently in Destiny's YouTube channel. That's my assumption. I have no clue. But yeah, that guy did awesome stuff with animation, and I would hope that it would be easier to have a return on that now that DGG is so much bigger. Destiny always pays his employees super well, even the ones that don't end up producing anything. Like Slugalisk, like this Slugalisk. I don't know who Slugalisk is. Is Slugulus the one who went to a canvassing event and he like finessed his way into like everything? Is that who you're talking about? I don't remember that dude's name, but that was fucking funny, bro. No, I'm dude, I cannot be paid Destiny back apparently, but he got that paycheck and he fucking finessed everyone. I don't know if that is who you're talking about. So, yeah, the idea is you have somebody with the funds, you have somebody who's very kind. No, from recollection, was one of the designing streamer site in the box project that never launched. Oh shit, okay, I don't know. I don't remember anything about that. That is some lore that would probably deserve being on the DigiG wiki. But I don't know which one of you guys were telling me. I don't know if it was you, Chinese agent, or if it was Tape, that the DGG wiki is running into issues. I pay Destiny for him to work for him. If I had the money, I would. I think there is some truth. I feel like that, you know what? This is a dangerous conversation to have on stream. But I feel like there is some truth to exposure shouldn't be the only way that an artist gets paid. But I feel like there is some truth in the idea that there is such a positive value in getting exposure as an artist. Not saying that artists should say no to a paycheck because, like, oh, this is exposure or working for exposure. But there is some truth in the idea that there's power. Like, I've been on Destiny streams 3 times, and the amount of people that have reached out to me to talk about, like, really incredible stuff, opportunity of work-wise, like, maybe now there's a person, but, before that there wasn't much, but even the amount of people that were reaching out that I found out who have similar nuanced takes when it comes to critiquing art and stuff like that has been huge. And that was just speaking of on the wiki. What? What about the wiki? Did it get harassed? Did it get pranked? Destiny wiki. I'm gonna get the fucking... Oh no, this is the right... Gonna have to hop out, but it's been a pleasure. Keep moving forward, dude. You got a good head on your shoulders. God bless you. I cannot tell you how much your messages made me absolutely smile today. I'll keep talking about them after you leave, but thank you so much for stopping by. On the topic of Miss Harpy Lady leaving. Miss Harpy Lady was the one who reached out to me because she was talking about how nice it was to have a conversation about production and about, yeah, she was the one who had that. And man, it makes me really happy to hear about that. And I'm fortunate enough to be able to have knowledge of some of the industry pipelines when it comes to productions on shows and mostly in shows, not in movies as much. But moving forward, I definitely want to keep focusing on that aspect too. When people criticize stuff, I want them to think about, like, oh, budget is a tough conversation to have because budget can be kind of like an out. Like, oh, if a shot was bad, oh, it's not because the director made a bad decision. Maybe it could have been like the budget. That's always like a way to out, I'm gonna say, quote unquote, incompetence in the movie production. But it is a genuine concern too. So many times budgets get in the way of things, or an animator that's really good has to deal with the constraints of maybe a director that's like kind of making decisions that are fucking weird, or maybe a director can be outspoken because producers are up their ass. And these are all things that I think should factor in when people give not like a reaction to something. Nobody who watches Game of Thrones is going to be thinking about all these things. Like, nobody who watches the newest episode, but maybe the person that's going to write a detailed essay probably wants to look as to the reasons. If you're going to go like investigative and make hard claims, maybe this is a good idea for you to consider the conditions in which something was made. So that's part of our mission statement, and I'm glad for Miss Harpy Lady to help focus and narrow that in a little bit. It feels a little bit up my own ass to talk about mission statements when I only have 9 viewers, but let me enjoy the moment, okay? You psychos. I see all of you thinking like, damn, 9 viewers? Why talking about mission statements, boy? Well, let me tell you, okay? It's because it feels good. It's because it feels good, bro. Even if I'm deluding myself, gotta start somewhere. That's what I'm saying. Also, yeah, someone made me blush today. Someone said that I had an intoxicating laugh. That's pretty good. And they got my name right, too. Everybody calls me Wolfgang. Or maybe they didn't. Hold on. This anime rant. I liked it a lot. I like this conversation. I feel like I didn't really let ABBA talk, and I feel bad because I like ABBA, but Where is it? Intoxicating. Dude, this put a huge smile on my face. Hold on, let me see if I can find it. This put an unbelievably big smile on my face. Where is it? Contagious. Yeah, there you go. More Wolfgang. His laugh is contagious. You're Wolfgang to me. It's with a D. It's the with a D, brother. This put a smile on my face, and it was just a small. It was such a small little comment. I just felt over the moon. This is what it feels like. I never expected. Nah, I'm good on that. Nah, I'm good on the D, bro. You can keep that to yourself. But no, it's been wild. And someone else DM'd me too. Who was it that DM'd me? It was a dude that was talking about animation stuff too. It was somebody that was saying that they wish they were in a conversation and they were talking about animation not being illustration, which is a good point. A lot of people don't realize that if you're good at illustration doesn't mean that you're good at animation. And this guy was just glad. He was like, oh my god, yes, yes, yes. I'm so glad somebody was saying what I was thinking. This is just... Okay, now, enough of glazing myself. I just feel really good. Wolfgang for life. Wolfgang for life. Dude, it's gonna be hard to put a G on all of the years that I've had Wolfgang with a D. Have I ever told you guys about how I picked the name Wolfgang? It's really stupid. You are not gonna believe me when I tell you this. You're gonna think that I'm lying to you, and that's okay. I'm okay knowing that you can believe that I'm lying to you about the origins of my name, but it is true. I cannot tell you how much truth there is to it. It is... Just trust me on this. When I was young, and when I just moved to the country that I'm in right now, Canada, I found out that the kids at the school played, they played a browser game. It was RuneScape. It was one of the few ones that the teachers didn't manage to figure out and block the website from the lab computers. So, so then, I went to the public library to play RuneScape. And I went to create a character, and I couldn't think of a username. So at this time, I'm thinking like, okay, if it's a fantasy game, I gotta pick like a fantasy name. And obviously, if you think fantasy, you think Lord of the Rings. And I was like, okay, what's your favorite character from Lord of the Rings? Samwise. Mind you, I'm from a third world country. So to me, I always thought his name was Samwise Gamgee. Not Gamgee, because they don't see Samwise Gamgee in the country that I'm in. That's not how you pronounce his name. So Gan, I got that part. Fix the cam. Fix your fucking dingling. Day 35 still won't tell us what country he's from. Wolf Gandalf. And then pick your favorite animal. At the time, I didn't realize that I've come to love monkeys and apes. These creatures are... Honestly, I think we've digressed. We devolved from apes. These... Have you seen these stupid apes? God, they're so funny. Apes are fucking hilarious. And they're hella muscular, and they're bipedal. I don't think so. But I don't know. I actually want to call them bipedal. They can. I don't know. Maybe. Not chimps. Chimps, too. Chimps can fuck people up. Monkeys are awesome. But at the time... Wolves were cool, because I was an edgy kid, so Wolf it is. Wolfgang. You wouldn't believe me, because Wolfgang turned out to be a real name of Amadeus Wolfgang, who I thought was just Amadeus. It's the only way that I've ever heard him referred as. And up to this day, there's still people that are like, dude, you made up this whole convoluted story. I promise you that's how it happened. But at this point, I don't fight with people anymore. If they want to think that I made that up, that's okay. But that's the story. Lol, someone was talking about Wolfgang in chat. I was like, made up story. Is that a thing? He mistyped Wolfgang. Dude, it's pretty wild. That is Bro, it's fucked up because I pick Wolfgang as my fucking new username. Before I used to go by a different username, but I didn't have anything on that username. I did RP on like sexy, I don't know what you call them, forums. I don't know what you call it, like RP, text RP. When I was really young, probably too young to be doing it. So I don't want anybody to look at anything up. But I used to have an old username, and then that was gone, and then I started making art. Dude, that's how I know you're old ass DGGer, if you know his fucking username. It's getting real breezy. But what was I gonna say? Shit. Yeah. So after that, I start going by username Wolfgang. And I start making art with Wolfgang. And one day I decide, I have like a couple of pieces of art. I should look myself on Google. And all I find is Wolfgang everywhere. And I'm like, no fucking way, really? I'm gonna have to change my name? But I decided that the D was enough reason to keep going. And I've never changed it. And now I have way too much stuff under Wolfgang. And honestly, I don't know what other name I'd pick. Wolfgang's pretty alright. Probably Monkey Gand. Apegand? Not bad, right? Okay. Gorilla Gand. What about Shurik? This is a game I used to play as a kid in the country where I hail from. This is where I started making OCs. I never once drawn well, that's not true. Maybe I've drawn a couple OCs, but I'm not the kind of guy to create original characters. I am the kind of guy who goes crazy over character creation in video games. I don't remember what was the first name of the character that I made in this, but I was trying to come up with a last name for a family name of one of the characters I was creating in Samurai Warriors 2. And I'm from a different country, and you know what was a cool-ass name? Probably the name of the little knives that they use on my favorite ninja show, Naruto. Shuriken. So it's just like, Shurik. There you go. Easy. Simple. Short. I have no idea how to spell it either. I love Dynasty Warriors. All the Empires. Only the Empires. I do not care about playing actual Dynasty Warriors. But I do love the Empires aspect of it. I do love picking out little regions for you to fight in. I love that there's like conflicts. Ollie, what are you doing? You're acting like Batman. What are you doing up there? What are you doing, you animal? But yeah, so that was how I came up with that. I don't play as much Dynasty Warriors anymore. I think the last time I played Dynasty Warriors, I was like, people shit on this game saying that it's easy. And it kind of is. So I tried playing, I think it was like Yellow Turban Rebellion or something like that on a hard difficulty, and I got my ass handed to me. And I was like, fuck this. And I think the last Dynasty Warriors I played was Dynasty Warriors 8. I played Dynasty Warriors 9 to give me cancer. Yeah, I don't blame you. I think those games are perfect for One Piece. I think genuinely the best decision that the Muso company, I think it's Koei what? I don't remember. So Bear Gimli Catan Bear Gimli, by the Wolfgang method of coming up with names, Bear Gimli Catan Woodward. Koei Tecmo, thank you. I think the best decision Koei Tecmo ever made was to turn One Piece into Dynasty Warrior games, because it translates so well, in my opinion. Especially with the Marineford arc. I forgot what's the arc of the name where they go to save a certain somebody who's related to a certain main character. But it's like perfect. Okay. So, we've talked about art. I want to react to more art stuff. But unfortunately, there isn't like always a whole lot of art stuff. Most of it I can talk about are opinion pieces. And there was one article that I wanted to discuss about how the guy who came up, who Fuck, the guy who made a bunch of fucking famous ass anime movies that are really good was saying that Evangelion is anime made for product. And, how it wouldn't stand the test of time. And that was really weird. I'm finding out a lot. I think I've already talked about this on stream before, very briefly, but I find that there's a lot of old directors that are really high up their own asses, including Miyazaki, by the way, about, like, what is art and what is anime, and it fucking irks me a little bit. I feel like some people just can't accept that some stuff can be mindless fun, which is... I know what I'm going to talk about. The ludicrous amount of people that are telling me to tell Destiny to watch One Piece. Guys, I'm sorry. People are telling me to reach out to Destiny and tell them what to watch. Destiny's not going to watch One Piece. He's not going to watch Jujutsu Kaisen. This is never going to happen, guys. It sounds, from what I spoke to him, the best way to get him to watch those animes that you want to watch, including Hunter x Hunter, is to ease him in with something small and bite-sized. I don't think that motherfucker wants to watch anime that's, like, long-term. Genuinely, I think if it's 50 episodes, maybe he'll do it. Maybe. Anything more, I don't think he will. I made a bet with Miss Heartbeat. She messaged me and she was like, you should tell Leslie to watch One Piece. She was a lot nicer than that. And I was like, hey, I don't think you will, but I'll make you a bet. If you do it, if you get him to watch One Piece, I'll make you a $300 commission. And it's just like, bet. I'll take you up on that. And I'm like, fuck yeah. I just don't think he'll do it. I do not know. I don't think he'll do it. I don't think it's for him. And he did mention wanting to watch Arcane, and Arcane is a really good watch. I think Arcane is really good. I think Arcane is too much like a music video. I think I talked to this about the producer, and I talked to this about... it might be unfair, but I feel like Arcane is... The story can be a bit not complex. It can have more depth than your usual anime. Maybe? Can I even say that? I don't know. I feel like certain characters take a backside and their main priority is to be cool or to look cool, or hey, we have that champ there. I feel like the whole thing is directed. Almost every scene is like a music video. Be right back, Lurk. Yeah, don't worry. Take your time. Do whatever you need to do. But Arcane is pretty good, even though it is like a, 12-episode music video, in my opinion. A good one. A really good music video. A really good one, mind you. But still. Okay. So, we are invading Moonrise Towers. Boy. I had to rewind because someone got pissy at me when I didn't bring them into, fucking, what is it, the Shadow Realm to save the Shadow Song. Someone was like, did you forget I'm the #1 fan of Minstrel or whatever the fuck? I'm like, oh god, really? I'm sure we can save this. She's like, there is no saving this. My ass is grass. Goodbye. And I almost thought of, like... And I was like, yeah, fine. Fucking leave. I don't care. But then I thought, no, because she does have lore that I want. How did she find the relic? Really shit the bed on this one? I believe that I shit the bed because it is unbelievably stupid not to bring her, but she's so painfully... Because here's the thing. I'm making myself upset when I play the game. This is a me issue. Because I'm respecting all of her boundaries when she chooses not to answer questions. And that's the #1 way that you can get her to approve of your stuff. I'm not doing this for metagaming. I'm not choosing the options that will most get her to happy. I'm just trying to roleplay. Okay, if she doesn't want to talk about her past, don't talk about it. Shadowheart really appreciates that. Okay, well, you know, Shadowheart wants to do something, trust that she'll know what to do. Shadowheart appreciates that. Cool. But in the back of my mind, I'm doing all these things because I'm role-playing like a character who's respecting of her boundaries and whatever, when all I want to know is how the fuck did this dumbass get the fucking relic? How? How's she related? Where'd she get it from? I found out something. I found out a spoiler on YouTube. Fuck it, I'll say it. I found out that if you bring Shadowheart with you to the creche and you're talking to fucking the Githyanki God Lady, and she asks you, the Githyanki God Lady asks you, like, are you a thief? Are you a hero? What's the deal with you? And you say, I'm not a thief, but Shadowheart here. Unironically, you can say that. And it reads like that same sass. There's no voice lines for your character, but I swear the sentence is chosen like that. The God Lady will get really pissed if you say that, and she will make a wish that you were all dead, and it's funny as fuck. And supposedly, unless this is edited in a certain way to make it seem that way, but supposedly you all die from a wish level spell where she just kisses. Yeah, she kisses all of you. Wolfgang. Buttercup, I think today is the day of all days for you to come in and call me Wolfgang with a G at the end and space between. I think my favorite toxic streamer. I think you're the first person to acknowledge my toxicity, and I do feel a little bit happy with that. I would say that on a scale of toxic, I am a 6 to a mild 7. I think way more toxic thoughts, but those stay in my head. And I feel no joy in saying them out loud. I feel no joy that I think these things in the first place. If I could be brainwashed into being a more wholesome person, I think I would. Life would probably be easier. You have no idea the self-control that's required for me not to be stupid and say dumb shit in public. None of it political, with actual meaning. The producer knows. She gets the... Sometimes, even when I'm with her, I try to be as calm and collected as I can. But sometimes I slip, and sometimes I say some really bad shit. Nothing political. Also, by the way, Bo Burnham, not fucking funny, guys. Okay, that's not true. He is kind of funny, but inside is not that funny. I'm only mentioning this because it was being streamed recently. Yeah? Can I help? Wait, what were we talking about before this? Yes! So, not only did I not bring Shadowheart to the Shadow Veil thing, I didn't bring her through any of the trials that technically make her a Justiciar. You better keep Shadowheart happy because she's only one of the free characters that actually has a complete story. Dude, why do you hurt me like this? You know what? I bet you, before I met you, Chinese Agent, the game was fine. And everyone had full stories, and everything was fucking okay. But then I met you, and very much like, I don't know if you guys heard of this event, or you never heard of a word before. And when you find out that a word exists, or something exists, suddenly, it's not like it was always there and you never deleted it. And you never noticed it. Like, only when you learn about this does everyone start using it like it was always a commonplace thing to say, a commonplace thing to know about. Why is everybody saying wow to Matt? He got the golden wee wow. He got the golden... That's not a wee wow, that's a... What is that one? I don't know, but he got a golden one. Holy fuck, that's amazing. And now people are sawing him out? Fuck you guys. Dude, he got a golden one. He got a golden one. And people are shitting on him. Come on, bro. But I feel like you took away the character development that was there. I feel like you did this. I still like Karlach. We had sex. I don't know which emote is it. What emote is that? I actually can't tell. It's the little DGG one. Is it DGGL? Is that the emote? Because they don't, when you hover over them, it doesn't say what they are anymore. I think it is DGGL. I didn't take the character development away. I just made you aware of its absence. Nah, that's the same. You can try to squirm your way out of this. That's the same. You could have let me live in bliss. Instead, you had to show me. I got my date with Karlach. So stupid. What subject are you talking about? A little bit of everything. I was talking about somebody got a golden DGGL in DGG chat, and that was awesome. That was actually wild. But I'm talking about Baldur's Gate. I got to a new part in Baldur's Gate and I was complaining about that. It must be wild if you come to the stream and want to hear anything else other than Baldur's Gate, because it must feel like a pain in the ass to hear about this constantly. But I promise you, if you bring up any other subjects, I will talk about them. Oh, the React. We didn't... Oh, well, that's more Baldur's Gate. But we do have stuff to react to today. You should actually take a tally of Act 3 companion conversations. I should have done that. I'm guessing there's less than 30? Bro, why are you doing this to me? Why would you tell me this? Okay, 4 half barbarians. That's something we need to react to today. I will wait to see if Angram will get here. And then we'll react to it when she's here. Ideally, we'll see. Dude, guys, we're at 40 followers. Do you realize we're getting there? I think we need 70 followers. So we need... Did you watch the Relly streaming at Grace? I didn't get around to it, bro. I didn't get around to it. But... Boot it up? Should we watch it now? Oh, a video game? The same video game Buttercup we've been talking about. Nothing's changed. Let's see. Okay, I'm only gonna watch... I don't want people... Who cares? It's your stream. You have all the power in the world. I don't want people to come into my stream and to see fucking Grace and Darius and think that I'm a fucking drama farmer. Because I'm not. I am simply... I don't want to farm drama. I'm simply an entertainer. And I'm an entertainee. I want to be entertained. Where is this? 137? You know what I think is happening, Buttercup? I think I've realized that you aren't someone from my real life. You are just genuinely a stranger. And I've given you so much power. And you enjoy living under the mask of... Okay, no praise. Did Relay already yell at her? Okay. Nope.
I'm saying that Danny's here. If I could do something with Danny. Yeah. It's fine.
Music is coming down. This is not loud enough.
What is the character? What are you saying?
This guy is still friends with you, and I think it's one of the most retarded things he could do.
Oh!
I want you to say that to the camera. I want you to say that to the
I tried to hurt Darius personally?
Yes, you did.
How so?
You fucking left him.
Remember to
when
draw.
you knew he was emotionally
Wolfgang.
volatile. When the last time you fucking did that, he broke down crying.
Oh my-
Dunked to your fucking mom, and you leave him, and you had to scam.
Bro!
Weird fucking thing with his friend, and you think that's not me personally. Fucking like you're fucking losers.
Okay.
I don't know.
Oh!
Okay, I'm actually interested.
This is so based.
I'm not gonna talk.
Our relevant is so fucking based.
Okay, so now the conversation's over because you
can
decided.
have your side.
Now the conversation's over because you decided. So you get to say what you want to say, and then when I want to respond, you say the conversation's
Say yes.
over.
Giga
Now
chat
you say
it.
the conversation's over.
I'm just
See, this
saying-
is what it is. You're just a
I'm just
pussy
saying
ass
this
fucking
is
bitch.
literally
You don't
her
want to have a
only
conversation.
A pussy ass bitch would never. A pussy ass bitch would never. This guy likes to harass girls? I don't think so. I don't think he likes to harass girls. Grace did some pretty, I would say, fucked and inexcusable things. And here's what I think. Fuck it. Take my... I don't think Darius is in control of his own life. I don't think so. I think that this search for content is a cope for just going along with life. What's the context? Okay, so for me to give you full context of what's happening, it would be wild, but I'll give you a short version. This Grace person has done some... I'm gonna circle her with my... This Grace person has done some incredibly fucked up shit. So let's just start with that. Just know it, that morally inexcusable. There you go. There's nobody who would argue about what she's done that's good. I won't go into that. You could look it up and find out, or I could tell you on DMs, whatever it is, but just know that she's done some bad stuff. She starts flirting with this young... I'm gonna call him impressionable. I don't care if he gets mad. Impressionable streamer Darius IRL, like nasty things. Darius IRL. She starts flirting with him. Darius IRL thinks she's cool, and despite the weird things that he's heard, that everyone's heard, he decides that he's going to fly over and hang out with her. So what she do? I actually can't tell you. I will DM whoever wants to know. If you're on my Discord, you can ask. What's even masters that? Okay, that's stop. That's stop. Stop. That's the one. Stop. You can't. I'm not gonna read that message. She, I'm not gonna read that message. But Grace does some stuff. It's not the only thing. But Darius still decides to go visit her regardless. And then, so he does, and he meets with her and her dad, who I will not begin to explain their family situation because it is, it's a circus. It's tragic. Oh, dude, it's wild. So Darius meets with them, and Darius starts talking to her brother on stream. Her brother is somebody who has lots of complaints about living in that family and being in that family. So Darius starts talking to his brother on stream, and Grace doesn't like that. So Grace goes over to where Darius has all of his clothes that he came from a different okay, I will let a Chinese agent explain, but she goes over to where Darius keeps all of his stuff, all his clothes, everything, and she takes it all and starts live streaming to some pretty other bad people who are pretty crazy. I will not talk about Ethan Ralph this stream, and I would rather keep his name out of my mouth forever, because Ethan Ralph is known to reply back to anybody and harass the shit out of them. So that's it. But she starts streaming to some really other awful people, her burning his fucking clothes live, and she ditches him, and she says that he can't come back to where he was supposed to stay. So now Darius is alone. Some of his items were burned, not all of them, and he is sad. He's crying on stream. He's genuinely crying. Darius is an impressionable boy, and people are making fun of him in chat. He's getting ridiculed live. Time passes, comes back home. When he comes back home, her and her dad try to call him a pussy and do all these awful things, and Darius goes on stream saying that he is having pretty bad urges and not a good time. And even after all of this, and even she did a bunch of fucked up stuff. So even after all of this, Darius is the guy that was talking on the stream. No, that's his best friend, Irrelevant, an actual friend, because Darius is too mentally impaired, in my opinion, to know to not spend any more time with somebody who's done something like that to you. But Darius is impressionable, so he decides, I want more content. I need more content. Okay, let's not call him that. I think he's a good person. He's just impressionable, is what I'm going to say. I like Darius. I'm a Darius fan, incredibly enough. He decides that he's going to hang out with Grace yet again. And I don't know why Irrelevant decided to hang out with her too, but Irrelevant, being the Giga Chad that he is, he shows up, and while Darius is just pretending, well, he could be having a genuinely good time. I would not be if I was in his shoes. Irrelevant starts fucking standing up for him. It's fucking awesome. I fucking love it, bro. I love what... Oh.
Okay, we're good with Ava. I agree, we didn't play it exactly right. We were a little intense. The main problem was that I didn't have it worked out with my dad, so it was uncomfortable for her. So
Spineless
I was glad she left, and
Darius.
I let her go. I was like, totally
He's
like,
doing
you
for
should know,
content?
okay,
Probably. But you
Okay?
probably shouldn't for his
We're
own mental
friends.
health. Unless he's a really good actor. And I'm telling you, nobody around him that talks about this can tell whether he is really committed to a character where he is actually okay with all of this and pretending to be like emotionally affected by it, or if he's genuinely emotionally affected by it. I think he is. I'm just a viewer. I don't know, but I think he is. And he won't
She
stand up
called
for
into my
himself.
stream to check in with me before she went to rehab, okay? So what are you
God.
arguing for? How is that make me a
I
shitty
think he's
person?
arguing that the
What
actions,
is-
even if the things are covered.
And he's just talking calmly about what happened. Bro.
Wow, it's almost
so-
like the actions that people do, whether somebody forgives them or not, can be indicative of
I think
somebody's character.
Ava.
What is the character? What are you saying? I
This
want
guy is still friends with you, and I think it's one of the most retarded things he could do.
God.
I want you to say that to the camera.
Ah, dude.
hurt Darius personally?
Yes, you did.
How
Yes.
You fucking left left him when you knew he was emotionally volatile. When the
Yep.
last time you fucking did that, he broke down, crying,
Screaming, God bless, dude. So they are there for? I don't know. They're hanging out for content. For content. Irrelevant said that. Fucking loser, dude. I love Irrelevant.
Wait, okay, I'm not
Irrelevant said that he's only there because he lost $2,000 from Darius.
because you decide. So now the conversation's over because you decide. So you get to say what you want to say, and then when I want to respond,
Yes,
you say
Giga Chat it.
Now you say.
I feel weird playing this on stream, I'm gonna be honest with you. There's a part 2 to the drama that happened the day before yesterday. What happened the day before yesterday? Hey, Makensha, listen, I'm not about to sit here and brag, but I think I will. I'm thinking I'm doing a really good job with the gold. I think I'm doing a gosh darn good job with the gold. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. What is this doodle? I think I'm gonna use this brush a lot more. My computer doesn't freak out when I use it, and it's got like nice line weight. That's pretty cool. Looks very nice. Listen, not to brag. After this, they're not friends anymore. You cannot ask me questions that I do not have the answers to, and you think like, surely you do have the answer to that because it's so obvious. Just keep in mind the gem is an emerald. Oh shit. Well, that's okay. We can fix it. But that is good for you to tell me. It'd be very embarrassing otherwise. Emeralds are way more saturated, right? Like a jade will be kind of desaturated. She is literally leader of the Emerald Sun. Towel Man, wrong gem. What are you talking? I don't even know what that's a reference to. Also, I don't know if you saw, but touched up her face because obviously, in my opinion, her play music. What do you get off telling me what to do, huh? What do you get off? Destiny anime. I'm just kidding. Don't. When I joke like that, sometimes I feel like people can't tell if I'm upset at them or not. But yeah, you cannot ask me questions that I don't have the answer to. And you might think to yourself, Buttercup, surely this is self-evident. Surely this is sensical. Original sketch, but I always assume it would... Yes! I'm gonna keep touching up the face a little bit more, because I feel like it's getting there, but it's still a little bit brutish in my opinion. Mind you, I took away a lot of the features of the face that in my opinion made her look like aged. But I still want to soften up her face quite a bit too. Also, anything for eye color? You said you didn't want to play the video? True. See, I'm not picking on you, okay? I'm just... Don't ever assume that I'm actually upset unless I'm Darius IRL. But, what was I saying? Yeah, so don't... I don't think it's possible to tell whether or not they are going to remain friends or not. This is, I don't know what you call it, recreational drama that I enjoy watching on the side. It's not even that I watch. Would you believe me if I told you that this every once in a while got thrusted upon me, and less so that I actively sought it out? That's not true. I'd say it's 50-50. Half the time I'm seeking out to find out more about this because this is just too insane. And the other half of the time I want to not deal with it, and it gets thrusted upon me because it gets talked about in spaces that I frequent. Bro, chill. But apparently the roller coaster never ends because Chinese agent is telling me that there's part 2 of drama. Last I heard, Xena was on DGG saying that she made Grace run away. I need to bust. Surely you don't mean what I think you mean. And if so, you should probably not announce it. I'm gonna tell you something. And don't take this advice to the bank. And don't blame it on me if it doesn't work either. Surely I think that it would be better to bust without letting anybody know than to warn everyone. It's one of the few instances where I feel like it's better to just everyone jump from the top rope to assault over the other night. Actual fool. What are... Wait, assault them over what? Here's what I heard. Weird things that happened that are unrelated. Somebody stream sniped Darius and they were picking on the Danny person. No, it's just being funny. Me too. Yeah. That was also being funny. Yeah, that incident plus Daria lied about Grace and threw Danny under the bus. What? Bro, I don't know why. There are people right now that the writer's strike is over, there are people right now paying for the next season of Shameless, paying for the next season of Riverdale. They don't know that people are getting this shit for free. People are getting this shit for $0 because spoiler alert, I messaged Xena to complain about Darius. My complaint is that boy is suffering needlessly because he doesn't push donations enough. This motherfucker, I love Booksmarts. I talk about this. Booksmarts made so much money. Booksmarts made so much money as a streamer covering argument reviews. He would review debates with like note-taking and everything. And he would get not enough money to continue streaming, but I think way more money than Darius is getting by getting call to action and thinking of activities that are fun to do and putting them behind a paywall of donos or follows and committing to it. You know what? I don't know if this is true. I've slowed down on call to actions. Doesn't really matter. It's just not green. Gotcha. Understood. Call to actions, I don't do them a whole lot as when I started, but the only reason why I did it, and I feel like it's part of the reason why I got 40 followers, is because of these call to actions, and that's something that I learned from watching Booksmarts, because I thought call to actions are only something that a viewer is going to want to listen to and follow if your stream is entertaining enough. Booksmart streams to everybody else surely weren't entertaining enough. They were to me, but that fucker still got people to fucking follow and sign up. And all he did was ask. And Darius doesn't do that enough. In my opinion, here's something that, and this is because I draw, here's something that I told Xena. Why doesn't he get both his chat and her chat to give them prompts, and why don't they have both draw whatever prompts the chat gives them, and whoever does a good job, a better job, they win like points. I don't know, for like a personal competition that they're making. Or something like that. Is not pressing the start button? I think, here's what I think. I understand being the butt of the joke. I have a group of friends who I love very much. They are not great people. They are good people deep inside, but very bad people externally. And I love them. They're some of the funniest people that I know, even though they're not great people. But here's what I tell them when I get upset. I don't mind being the butt of the joke. I don't mind if you crack jokes at my expense. They can be really bad ones, so long as they make me laugh. If I am the butt of the joke and I'm not enjoying it, I'm not gonna want to be the butt of the joke. Doesn't matter how good it fucking feels. If people are gonna milk Darius, he should paywall that shit. If people are gonna mock him, if people are gonna make fun of him, if people are gonna ridicule him, if he's gonna make himself, let's say Darius is, here's what Darius says, is that he knows it's a joke, and he does it on purpose. I don't think it is, but to some degree, I'm sure he plays up the character of being like this fucking weird kid. And if he's gonna play it up, he should get fucking paid for it. It's free entertainment. All this drama that I'm getting out of him, I told you, there are people in Hollywood that are buying the next fucking writers to write a script for the next season. To be fair, he did get a lot of donos during the Tinder era. Hannah getting, but that hasn't happened, and he's still like a laughing stock, and that's kind of mean to say, but it genuinely feels like that's the case. If he's gonna milk himself, if he's gonna milk himself and he's gonna let other people milk him for content, he should fucking make money out of it, bro. He really should. He should be monetizing that more. It hasn't happened because the stream is just gambling for the most. Yeah, that is a problem. Especially because, again, maybe his viewers, when I'm in his chat and I'm telling him to fucking stop, people are like, it's a joke. Can't you tell? And then he'll read it and he'll be like, yeah, people can't tell that it's a fucking joke. I can't tell that it's a joke. Is the streaming upset? Like when he cries and he's like, I can't gamble anymore. I can't gamble anymore. Is he joking or is he being serious? Everyone in chat is acting like it's serious, and they should. And I don't fucking know, bro. Like, he probably should do something else. There is other content to be had. I love Booksmarts. I will always bring up the... No, he's legit addicted to gambling? Do other shit, bro. I don't know. I do not know, okay? It's a wild world. It's a wild world. Of course, he plays it up sometimes. That's the thing. I can't tell what part is playing it up or not, because remember when the first time stuff with Grace happened, what he said is that he's okay and his friends don't need to worry. And it took Rella yelling at him that they can't tell. They have no fucking clue when he's going through actual turmoil. And he was yelling at him like, your friends can't tell. People are worried. People are messaging me because they worry that you're gonna like hurt yourself. I can't tell. I don't know if the people around him can tell. And I think the chatter who thinks they're smart enough to be able to tell is deluding themselves, or they don't genuinely care. That's what I feel like. Okay? But that's just my opinion on the situation. I will say, out of all this, the only person that looks good in any of this is Irrelevant. That guy is a real ass friend. That guy is cool as fuck. God bless Irrelevant. I don't know anything about art tool that you're using. Is there not any tool to shift? There is, but here's the thing. I don't want to take this and just turn it green. I want there to be texture from the very beginning. And I personally enjoy painting. So what I'm doing right now is working harder, not smarter. The way you're describing is smarter. However, there are some things that I want to be able to do without the assistance of the program. And this painting, let me tell you something. Most of the work that I've done, oh, never mind, there's more. But yeah, I want to be able to, but you're right. That is something that you can do. And I should be able to do it, but I am a stubborn bastard. I want to be able to do this, and I want to have the knowledge, right? Hi, I'm back. Hello. Welcome back. Part of the reason why I want to do this, in part, is a personal philosophy that I have, which is already kind of fucked if you think about it, but I'm going to ask you not to think about it, okay? What separates an actual artist from an AI prompt artist, quote unquote, right? This is something that I realized that's something that I want to talk about on stream. What separates them is not relying on your tools, right? There are tools that can probably speed up your process quite a bit. The problem is, I think I understand what you mean. You want to do everything by hand, even if it's painstaking, to some degree. If I was really honest about that mentality, I would probably be doing this traditionally, right? But obviously that's not the case. I'm using a computer in which I can control Z constantly. I'm using a computer in which I can move up and down. I'm not sure how to go live on phone. Were you not able to go live? Well, you can go live. Well, if you don't know how to use the phone, you can use the computer, no? You can hop on your computer. Have you gone live before? By the way, that looks really nice. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Do you stream? This is don't got one. I don't got one. Oh, okay. Well, I don't know how to go live on your phone. You might need a third-party application. But just to very quickly get back, onto what we're talking about, is that over-reliance on tools is something that I don't like, even though I already have it, right? I can draw traditionally. I have the knowledge to paint traditionally, but the practice, I haven't done it since like school. It's been a long fucking time. Half of the techniques that I'm doing on this drawing for them to be this quality, I cannot recreate in traditional. So to a certain degree, as much as I'm complaining and saying like, oh, I don't want to rely on the tool so much, I already am. Although I do want to minimize as much as possible the amount of need that I have for the tools. That is a bit of a silly argument considering that I'm using a fucking computer to draw and paint. But I still think it's a valid one. I realized a topic that I want to talk about on stream. Today I saw somebody making fun of this is somebody who I enjoyed. Dude, I can't open Twitter because the porn will show. Okay. Let's see if I can find it. I don't know if I will be able to. I found an AI artist who people were making fun of. But this guy, the fun thing about this guy is that he was actually giving really sensical feedback. really good thoughts and detailed feedback about being a prompt artist, which most people don't respect. I don't either, okay? But it's wild because he was mentioning things about trying to improve as an artist. And I feel like, if anything, this dude is like misguided. I'm doing a poor job unraveling this story. If I look up AI, will I be able to find it on Twitter? I hope so. I found a mud skipper, but not what I'm looking for. Touch the rainbow. AI. Artist. Being a prompt artist like being a sandwich artist? Maybe. It could be. But he was trying to become a better scriptwriter, not an artist, but all right. No, this is somebody who uses. So this is a guy whose art was not very good. Oh, this person replied to them. Okay, so I think I can find who I'm talking about. Replies. This guy. Okay. Community notes went for the thread there. Okay, this guy here. Shad M. Brooks. When I see any account that starts with an @Shad, I have actual boomer fucking heart attack. When I too many bad experiences. Anyone is a good artist is mentally handicapped. I love my producer. Fucking coming for the throat. This guy. Here's what I wanted to point out. And maybe I'm reading this wrong. You can look at it as much as you want and you can have different opinions on it. This is somebody who is, in my opinion, an interesting person who makes AI art, who is, I don't know, just interesting. This person seems to be using AI, and they seem to have a very fundamental understanding of certain art principles and stuff. And it seems like they are trying to reply to the feedback that people give them about why it doesn't work and why it's bad, why AI art doesn't work and why it's bad. But what's interesting about this guy is that he has some kind of fundamental understanding of what goes. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And what I find so interesting about this is because what I find here is somebody who is having an over-reliance on tools, and the tools are getting better, he is not getting better, and he is finding that, like, oh shit, I'm getting a better artist when his tools are becoming better. The interesting part about this for me is somebody who's deluding themselves and getting pigeonholed into this AI art thing. Wait, am I not showing? Yeah. Who's getting pigeonholed into this idea of making AI art. But the more important part is the amount of people in the comments who are artists who are just shitting on a dude, which is fair, I guess, to imply, like, hey, here's what I'll say. It's okay for you as an artist. I feel it too, to be like, okay, people are using a button to just create something, for the computer to create something that takes years to learn. It takes mastery. That not only is it like lazy, it has no effort, it has no skill, it requires the push of a button. That is true. That's sure. That's like a fact. But the thing is that the interesting conversation here is because while this tool does 90% of the work, so you want to credit yourself for being an artist because you're doing the 10%. What's interesting is that this person is learning about art through this. This is the one rare case. Do you understand every time that somebody's like, oh, AI art is going to help somebody learn about art. It'll help them develop an interest in art so they'll learn it themselves. That's usually a bullshit cult argument, but it's actually happening with this dude. Now, he's not going to get back to learning actual art, and you know why? It's because I think that people are fucking absolutely dunking on this dude. Dunking on him. It is not skill in the slightest, nor is it remotely comparable to creating real art. It's not, but the interest to create art might be there, right? So, fuck, I can only think of like an example that's like really low scale and like weird. But when I was young, really young, What the fuck was the name of that fucking website? I feel like everybody uses it, and I feel like that's where Bitmojis came from. There was a website at school. AI has taught me that boobs can only get as large. True. There was a website in school that we used to create little comics. God, what the fuck was it called? Oh god, what was it? Dude, I'm not gonna remember what it was, and it would be so good if I remember. But essentially, this program let you create characters, keep them in the library, and when I say create, is you literally click, like a Bitmoji, like creating a Bitmoji. You create your Bitmoji, you put them in the library, you drag in assets, you drag in like whatever is in like a room, you put down a speech bubble, and I'm thinking to myself, like, how much of this am I actually like doing, right? Mind you, this takes more effort than AI art. What I'm describing right now takes more effort. 100% true. But at the end of the day, I have a friend of mine who is still trying their hardest to break into the comic industry, and they've gotten really good because they've started out with a tool that created the art mostly for them, right? This is all to say this is an interesting case because I feel like a lot of the art community that is very sells themselves as like wholesome and friendly and accepting, and nobody's art is bad enough. The moment they see somebody using AI, those same people can turn so fucking vitriolic. And I feel like it's okay not to like AI art, but I swear to God, some of the people that I see commenting on this dude's stuff, I know for a fact, if they got the same kind of comments on every single one of the images that they posted, they would call it harassment. And they would fucking cry over it. But because this person's quote-unquote using AI art, and genuinely, it's silly to try and improve at AI art. I think that is a silly claim to have. But this person is. And suddenly, all of their wholesomeness, their friendliness, their niceness goes away to just fucking dunk on the dude. It's fucking wild. I don't understand. I feel like it's just weird. Because here, I think there could be somebody who gets a genuine interest out of learning things that work. Oh, we got a follow from Anglig. Thank you, Anglig. Here we have somebody that could learn, who could have an interest in art outside of just clicking like typing in prompts and clicking it. And it's just so weird to see this dude get fucking furiously dunked on. Mind you, I am of the opinion where if you want to be ruthless and make fun of somebody, don't do it in front of them where they can see it. But it's fine. This sounds like trying to become better writer by copying ChatGPT, which is a horrible idea. That is true, but that goes back to something that people were talking to me about with Xena. No matter how bad your studying is, and mind you, I don't have a position on this. I'm repeating their position. I'm kind of on the fence about this. Call me the fencer. No matter how bad your start, it is possibly the start of interest which could develop into something else. I'm not the only one. I'm sure many people can answer this. I grew up tracing Shaman King, like the manga. I would trace. I wouldn't draw it. I started tracing. I would get a piece of paper, I'd flatten it on top of it, and I would draw it, and I would have my drawing. Eventually, I started doing it enough that I could do it without having to trace it. And from there, I kind of started extrapolating and trying to create a pose, trying to create this. And that was the very beginning, the very, very beginning. Tracing takes no skill. Copying directly on top of something, in my opinion, doesn't take that much skill, right? And it's a horrible way to become a better artist, but that wasn't my start being an artist. That was my start developing the interest and the motor skills. Now, this guy's not going to develop motor skills. All that I'm saying is that maybe this guy could have had an interest, and it's just fucking weird to see people who self-proclaim are so sweet and nice and wholesome and incredible just fucking dunk on this fucking dude and shit on him because he's trying this fucking thing that's not going to work. Nobody likes AI art. I don't think it's going anywhere. That's actually not true. It might go somewhere, but like I said before, AI art might develop into becoming the brunt work that people get jobs for, like what do I want to say? Like in-betweeners, right? In-betweeners might lose jobs to AI, but the what do you call them? person who are making keyframes, they'll never lose their jobs because that's where the soul of the art comes from. That's where the artistic skill comes from. Tracing is a type of skill just as much as being a prompt artist is. They can both be improved to a degree. For me, the matter isn't so much on improving. For me, it's more of a matter of developing interest. Whether you respect a skill like tracing or whistling, skipping rocks is another question. That is true. I'm not going to sit here and ask you guys to respect AI art. That's not the point that I'm making. The point that I'm making is more so, I think this is an interesting case of, you know how somebody will always make a fucking, what do you call them? Like the imaginary one person? Like, oh, if AI art gets developed enough, that just raises the interest for people to get into art. And everyone's going to be like, Cope, what are you talking about? No, this is never going to happen. People are going to crutch. People are going to use it like a crutch. I feel like this is that the one guy. I feel like this is the one guy. And it's just interesting to see it out in public. And maybe it is all one guy. And I'm not saying like, oh, all of a sudden AI, like creating AI art and calling yourself an artist is like cool and you should respect it. I just think it's kind of wild. I don't know. It sits with me wrong. If you claim to be a toxic motherfucker and you're dunking on this dude, you do you. I just feel like it's kind of wild that suddenly the all welcoming and wholesome and amazing artists that I see them posting, suddenly they're I don't know. Suddenly all that wholesomeness disappears. It goes somewhere else. It's vanished because you don't like what the guy's doing. You know what? This is just like meat eating. If you wanna criticize, just admit that you like eating meat, and that's it. I don't care. Just admit that you don't want to be morally consistent, that you don't want to have that wholesomeness and that acceptance for everybody. And I'll be okay. I'll have nothing to say. I feel like I was gonna make a different point when I started talking, but I got carried away. I got carried away on being combative is what happened. Fuck. I worked at a place with a scanner. Had 3 buttons. After 6 months with that scanner, I could run miles around the scanner. There's a limited skill. It has a curve, but it only goes so far. I agree with you. My question is, this guy is my question. My point is that this guy is the phantom that does not exist of the guy who will develop an interest in artist techniques. How does lighting work? How does anatomy work from that? But I agree with you guys. These skills are not, I don't know what to call it, like limited skills. You guys are right, these are limited skills, if you want to call them that. I'm okay. Why is everybody... Oh, are people debating with that Frollo girl? Is that what's happening? Gotcha, okay. I'm assuming that's what's happening. But you guys are right. These are limited skills. If you want to call them that. Oh boy, is it hot in here or what? That being said... That being said, this handmade art piece that I'm working on is turning out really good. Oh, yes, and a call to action. We have a Discord, friends, and if you'd like to join the Discord, feel free to. Feel free to. There, you can put things for me to react to in the React Plays channel. There we go. There was more stuff too that I wanted to talk about. Did I already talk about my response to anybody who's asking me to recommend anime to D-Man? Also, what the fuck happened to people? I think it just boils down to those artists having an emotional response. I would too. I don't know. It's just weird because I think these... Okay, now you're gonna get into boiling water. If you ask them if there's a bad way to get interested in art, they'd probably all say there's no bad. Yes, you're right. There is no bad way. Is what they would say. I think there can be a bad way. But nah, fuck it. It's my stream. I can talk about it. I think ultimately what happens is, along your road doing art, you can fall into crutches, into bad habits. I don't think this is unique to art. I think mind you, I cannot bring another example because I mostly do art. And the other things that I do, I don't know if they have like crutches like longboarding. Oh, I guess there can be. But I feel like along your journey, throughout almost any skill, there will be crutches. And the question becomes, will you fall into this crutch and for how long? And it feels like with AI art, that is the latest, newest crutch before you even start your journey. Before you even take the first step into learning anything, you can be like, here's our magical button that will make this for you. Would you like to press the magical button? Some people can press the button, and they might get stuck in there forever is the thing. And to me, that is what you're talking about. There's no bad way of getting into art. Before AI, I'm sure there were crutches which was just copying anime. I'm not gonna lie to you. There are people that are past high school level that are still, whose anime styles, I can pick exactly what they got it from. I can tell you that you've been copying, and that's not to say it's, nah, it is a bad thing, but I'm not judging you for it. I see people whose art styles are just copy-pasted, ripped, Taikubo. Like, that's his Ichigo. You've just put him in long hair. It's the same. I can only speak for writing, but your progression isn't going to go far if you're relying on ChatGPT. It tends only to speak on a type of Reddit speak that only has an authoritative voice. Sure, yeah, that's fair. I can't speak on writing too much because that's the opposite of what I do, right? That's not the opposite. That's a silly thing to say. But crutches are everywhere, and it feels like the problem that people have is that this crutch happens to be, in a way, rightfully so, getting an emotional reaction out of people who dedicate their entire lives and career and see their work being like, boop, here's a button. And it's not even what? But, I don't know. It's so interesting to me. I'm trying to think of other crutches that people have. Copying is a big crutch. Same face syndrome. Hell of a crutch. When you found the face that looks good and you're never going to practice different shapes of faces because you're stuck on drawing the same beautiful face. That's another crutch. You like found the one good way, right? Mind you, these crutches all require you to have a certain level of work already, right? These are not crutches that's different than AI, but I'm just saying crutches exist. And yeah, I do think that they poop really hard. Wait, no, I never got to finish my talk about, we're assaulting Moonrise Tower. It seems like the type of people that take an AR are the type of people that are not particularly discerning. Yeah, true. It's like accessible. It's super accessible. And when it comes to that accessibility, like those people are, I don't know what they call it. They're tourists. They're coming here to tour, and they're like, oh wow, look, I'm from Hawaii. As like Hawaiian people cry in the background. I would expect these people to be the most discerning. This dude kind of showed it a little bit, in my opinion, but that's the exception and not the rule. We're assaulting the Moonrise Towers. They're amazed by big scene changes rather than qualities in what they're saying. Yeah. 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 You're right. The assault on the Moonrise Towers is not going very well. It kind of seems weird because we freed the Night Song, but she's fighting the Form guy. Oh, dude, before that, something really cool happened. Okay, as much as I want to shit on BG3, something really fucking cool happened. I went to a tavern and I outdrank like a demon who had a big fucking stitched up belly, and I made him drink so fucking much that he bursted. Did not save scum, by the way. Just been consistently rolling 23s and 25s when it comes to, is it deception? I don't remember. Performance? There is like a couple of skills where I'm not only rolling 2 dice, but I'm like, I swear, it's hard to get anything below 23. And I don't know why. Disarming traps is always like that. I don't know what skill I got, and I don't know why. I'm sure I think the game explains what bonuses give you what underneath it. But I don't remember off the top of my head. But when it comes to disarming traps, I have 2 dice, and I always get 20 or above, which is shocking to me, because in real life, that barely fucking... I swear, getting 20s means something when I play RL D&D. I don't think I've ever played... Well, to be fair, I never played that much D&D, but when I played it, getting 20 was like, wow. I wish they did more with the Thorn family, though. They're kind of sprinkle around to give a bit of info about him. Oh, you know something else that I did? I got an achievement. I didn't save scum. I killed the fucking surgeon guy without him getting to have a single move. And I got an achievement for killing him before he can do operation or surgery or whatever. It's like a special move or something. I got to take him, like, I handled the dude. Like, he handles my, I handled the dude like it was nothing. It was insane. I felt so proud of myself. But then I struggled really hard with something else. There was something that, fucking Balthazar. I redid that fight like 8 fucking times. It was so stupid. He handles my... Yeah. It was so silly. Oh, new Goblin short films are out, by the way. At some point, we're gonna go through I want to have a stream dedicated through going through each and every single one of the 2023 Goblin short films and talking about them. For those of you who don't know, did you get gnomes and tieflings before? Yeah, I did. Fuck yes, I did. I got them all out. I told them to stay in the water, but they still went to Last Light, which is cool. And I had to look something up because I got so annoyed. I knew that the kid that you find in the woods that he wants to play games with you was the spirit of the forest, except he wasn't really. And no matter what, I couldn't find... Like, I was annoyed because, to me, the game made it obvious that that kid was the spirit of the forest. But when I went to go talk to Hazel, I forgot his name. The fucking druid guy, he kept saying, oh, if you find him. So I got annoyed and I looked it up. And it turns out that I needed to find a sleeping, flaming fist. And from there, everything kind of unfolded. So I did release the spirit of the forest. I feel ashamed that I had to look it up, but I was very mad. Because to me, I had found the dude. I had found the spirit of the forest. And it just wasn't doing anything to me. Especially because the kid reacts. Bye, McKenshit. Especially because the kid reacts whenever you fucking call him by that name, Nathaniel or whatever it is, he's like, I don't go by that. And it's like, okay, clearly you have some relation to Nathaniel. The game did as much as, like, bring up that prompt, and you had a voice line about it. Certainly you're related. So I feel a little bit ashamed that I had to look it up, but you know how it goes, sweet fellas. And then what else? What else is there? Oh yeah, we're going to go into Chapter 3. And it's nice to know for a fact that Astarion is going to be important in Chapter 3. Astarion. Because there's no way he's not. I found out what the writings on his back mean, right? Because Raphael told us. And there's no way he's not going to become relevant or important. However, my concern is whatever happens at Moonrise Towers is not going to solve our problem. Or if it does, then we'll need to find out what is the absolute and stop it. Because there is an Act 3. And even if there wasn't an Act 3, we still haven't been to Baldur's Gate. The titular... Now, you don't have to go to Baldur's Gate for you to have a game called Baldur's Gate. don't have to go to the city of Baldur's Gate. But I mean, I know you can go to the city of Baldur's Gate. So there's no way that whatever happens gets resolved, which means Thorn's probably going to die. He doesn't have immortality anymore. Will he explain what the fuck the absolute is and how we get rid of it? Probably. I don't know. I just hope you have to go to Baldur's Gate when every single quest in Act 1 and 2 terminates to find out what happens in Baldur's Gate. Bro, I am kind of getting a little bit, I don't know what you would call it. You know what this does feel? Maybe Baldur's Gate is actually a much better game than you give it credit, and I give it credit, because this is kind of playing out like a D&D session, where shit's just kind of happening, and we've been building up to this act, but your DM's taking a long time, and you know what? It could be that he's, like, really trying to build on this. It's not told badly, but you know your DM is not, like, a natural storyteller. Like, he's like a guy who wants to tell a story. So maybe this is more accurate to D&D than anyone's giving it credit for. That being said, is it fair to say that I wanted Baldur's Gate to spend the Lariat? Lariat? Is it fair for that I wanted them to spend even more time on the game and more money, more voice lines? Like, I know that you're saying that, like, there's barely any companion conversations in Act 3, which saddens me if that is true. But is it fair to say that I'm already feeling that and I want more? Is that, like, unfair? Now, mind you, I don't know how long this game was in early access for, because it was, and keeping a game, well, it's Star Citizen, right? But keeping a game in early access for God knows how fucking long is probably a bad move. But I'm already feeling it. As I said before, everything takes a downward turn after Act 1. Yeah, bro. What you gonna do? Act 1 is perfect, IMO. It is pretty fucking good. What are we meant, dude? I think the armor's looking really good, but there's more detail to be done on the hair. Oh god. Oh god, the sword and the teeth. That's probably where we need to make this look like teeth, bro. Fuck are we gonna do that? The problem is that people kind of hold up Baldur's this really game throughout when there are serious design issues present even in Act 1. It's not that it's not a good game, it's just that everyone glazes it way too much for my taste. I just feel like there has not been that many games that put their budget into remembering and acknowledging player choice like this. So you're probably right in the sense that, like, people glaze it way too much, but genuinely, this, I can't remember, like, maybe like Mass Effect, like God, I cannot think of a game that reacts more to my player choice than Baldur's Gate does. And when I say, like, when people, it's funny because when people say in meaningful ways, people aren't talking about, like, gameplay things. Deus Ex or World Sims or Open Sims or whatever you want to call them, they react to your choices in meaningful ways, but you don't get to hear a voice line about it. You don't get to hear my dwarves in Dwarf Fortress remember that one time that they bumped into a Gimli I hold a grudge for 100 years. Yeah, I feel like for the regular consumer or somebody who doesn't even, like, I feel like Baldur's Gate remembers and reacts the most, and that feels really good. Because mind you, the combat in Baldur's Gate, I will say, from somebody who doesn't play CRPGs a whole lot, it's good. It feels good to play. I get annoyed when shit sucks and I need to restart, but it often feels like it's, no, sometimes, okay, aside from the bugs, because some bugs are fucking awful, like people swinging at the air because my cursor was slightly to the fucking right of a character, and I was like, that skill or that damage that I was about to throw was like pivotal for me winning a fight, that shit's annoying. But when everything goes according to plan, is deeply flawed IMO, it just feels good at times for sure. What makes you say that? Well, to be fair, it sounds like you're a much better player than I am. So I haven't been able to spot the flaws so far. To me, it feels really fucking good, and it feels like I get to strategize, and it feels like plans are coming together, and it feels like unorthodox strategies pay out. Mind you, you're good enough that I wouldn't be surprised if you said, hey, there's actually strategies that will always get you to win combat. Always, no matter what. And yeah, I would imagine that that's what you would say. I don't know if that's what you're going to say, but if you would, that does sound like it would be flawed. But from somebody who's not there yet, I can tell you, it feels pretty fucking good. I can't tell you the amount of times that I've gotten really life-saving uses out of shit like putting grease on the floor. Grease has been an absolute major spell when it comes to saving my fucking life, and it feels pretty unorthodox. It's this AoE that at the end of the day, 50-50 that it like makes somebody go prone and makes them more like use more of their movement to get around, or forces them to use like what forces them to use a extra action, whatever action to jump. It's fucking saved my life many fucking times. Fucking firewall. Well, to be fair, firewall. Some translation decisions from 5e to BG3 are just retarded. Enemies saves are too high on tactician. I don't know about other difficulties, which makes CC crowd control spells unusable for the most part. And double hasting marshals will yeah, okay, so that is something that I will admit. Every time I've had a Githyanki, they all have martial abilities, and it's fucking insane. Every time I fight a Githyanki, it feels like I'm fighting somebody who has 6 actions. That does suck. I will give you that. I don't run into the CC issue because I guess I'm playing on a lower difficulty, so that could make sense. That could be like an issue that's like real. I personally haven't run into many issues when it comes to like crowd control stuff. In fact, I would say that it's my bad picking that I haven't taken a whole lot of crowd control skills or utility stuff. Most of the time I find them out through spells because none of my guys have it. None of my guys have like utility spells, but that's bad decision making on my part, which means on the next playthrough I would do that and put those into consideration quite a bit. But yeah, some flaws are starting to show up, and I bet you they're going to show up way more for somebody who's playing the game at harder difficulties like you are. Because I'm not. I'm playing it on balanced. So far, it feels great. And some fights I still eat fucking dick at. It's insane, like unbelievably. You know what that makes me realize? It makes me realize that I would love to play IRL or over voice Spelljammers. Spelljammers seems fucking wonderful. That was the name I was trying to remember the other day when I was trying to think of D&D settings. I'm tired of actual Dungeons & Dragons, and I don't think the Forgotten Realms are that compelling or interesting. However, Spelljammers seems really fucking cool. Seems like a trippy David Bowie movie with wonderful art direction. Here's a fucking trick. Put actual sail ships in space, right? And that's probably bound to win my heart over. I think it's so stupid. Stupid concepts just win my heart so much so. Gurren Lagann. Hey, Yggdrasil Enjoyer. Mind you, I have not played Spelljammers. I've only heard about it. But Spelljammers is the setting of whatever the fucking... Whatever, what's it called? Whatever the stranger in the relic is inside of, right? That's like a setting from Spelljammer, right? It's this like... What, like you're traveling like the multiverse or the universe and like... And Illithids were part of that universe, but now they've been driven to the Underdark. I don't know what the deal is with Spelljammers, but it seems hella fucking cool. I would play the shit out of that over a regular D&D any day of the week. But I love Deadlands. That's my cup of tea. I love fucking... I know that we had that conversation about Cosmic Horror, because the producer hates Cosmic Horror. She's not a fan. But man, I would love to play... I love playing horror role-playing games. IRL. I love adding like a flair of like horror. And even... Deadlands mentions that if you want to play like a horror-based game, you have to realize that most players at the table are going to be like goofing around and like having a, I don't know what you call it. Like they'll be fucking goofing around and it's going to be hard to get them to feel fear. But fuck, dude, come on. One of the people in my D&D group plays in Cthulhu campaign. Every time he describes it, it sounds horrible. In what sense? Like the combat? Like what exactly is like horrible about it? Because let me guess. I'm gonna guess. I don't know if this is gonna be true, but it's the DM trying to make something scary, and everyone's like goofing off and having like a fucking like completely not getting into it. Is that because that seems to be the main issue from what I've fucking read? I've gotten people hooked into like a horror before, and it sounds like player character are Omega Cocklords. That's the thing, right? I want to kill Cthulhu. Okay, I get that. That's the problem. I don't know. Here's the thing. It's kind of wild to play these games for a power fantasy and then throw your players into like the survival experience. I don't think anybody would like that. I wouldn't like that either. But I feel like the horror doesn't come from making an entire campaign about that. I feel like the horror would come from tone setting. You set your players up this whole time for this thing where they're in control of themselves, they can handle stuff, and then suddenly you don't take away control for them, but you fuck with them in certain ways. In a campaign that I did, it was really cool, the idea that these players were... Dude, I worked so hard in this campaign. Basically, there was a place in the Nevada desert that somehow was unexplored. And the governor of Nevada was like, hey, I want you guys to fucking go there and figure out, like, what's going on. I've already sent some of my private people, like, troops from, I don't know, U.S. Army, whatever, but they're like, I've already sent Nevada troops there, and they haven't come back. I am more than convinced that people of your talents who aren't just military are going to be able to go, and secretly in the back of their mind is thinking if a bunch of fucking mercenaries die and don't come back, that's great. And they went there and they're talking to people, they're like power tripping a little bit, you know? And then slowly, I don't take control away from them, but I make it so actively what I'm telling them is lies, the worse they roll. And they're like, wait, didn't you say that? And then I would play into it. Oh, no, I said like this, and I would fuck with them, and eventually it got to, I don't know, I'm not selling this like super well, but man, it was fun to fuck with their heads. It was fun to have an enemy that just rolled into the house and they all tried to kill him, and then he snapped one of their necks unfairly, only to tell them like, now you open your eyes and you wake up completely, and like all of them were active participants, not active participants, but they were, I was describing a dream that one of them had going to sleep. The other players, they didn't realize I was playing like a dream for one of them at the table, but all of them thought it was so fucking cool that this horrible fucking thing happened after they powered through this whole situation. And I set the tone for being like very like good killers and adventurers that can like take care of themselves, and suddenly something like that happens. And I'm sure I was minutes away from one of them saying, unfair, this is bullshit, how can it one shot kill me? But you pull the veil right before they start feeling that upset and that frustration, that anger, and you're like, and that dream, and they're like, oh my god, dude, I can't believe you did that. I don't know. In my opinion, I don't think you should take agency from them. You should fuck with their environments. They're setting the shit around them. That's fun. Fuck with their perception of things. That's the kind of campaign that I'd like to DM or something like that. But I haven't played Deadlands in a really long time. Also, this is kind of a little bit cringe, but I love the idea. Sure, there are ways to create tension and horror without making the players feel... Yes! Thank you for putting it towards exact. And I love the idea of that, and I would love to fuck with that like a lot more. And all you need to do is introduce these elements like once or twice for them to see something again and be like, holy fuck, I gotta be careful. Like, put them at the edge of their seats, right? Like, they're in the back foot, like some shit might happen and this time might be for real, right? Not only that too, you know what I love? I love talking ahead of time with the players and get one of them to be a traitor, unironically. Not to fuck with a party, but they have their own interests. And if it gets in the way of what they want, so part of the campaign that I was telling you there, where they went to the Nevada desert and they were trying to find out what the fuck was going on, is that in Nevada, Deadlands is a horror setting, so there's like spirits and stuff like that. There was essentially like a fountain of youth. There was like a water that kept these people that have no touch with any other civilization around them, not only youthful but healthy and in good conditions, and it helped the city thrive. The city in like this valley that nobody's been to. And when they go there, one of the players actually worked for a upcoming pharmaceutical company, one of the first pharmaceutical companies in the US that was becoming like an actual corporation. And she was like, you are going to get that water for us one way or another. Well, she didn't know it was water. The lady was like, hey, we've come to find out through means that the players didn't know at the time that somewhere in there might be something that could be... I love the idea of PCs having conflicting goals. People get super mad if they aren't ready to let their characters write it. Yeah, that's what I warned my friend. I was like, hey, if you do this and the party finds out, they might be mad enough that they might kill you. And I'm like, okay, just have a spare character ready for me and I'll do it. And that felt so fun. That felt so good. Not only that, too, it was like a game within the game. Because now the party, slowly, whether they meant to or not, could unveil the truth of who this character is and what they actually want. And this character was trying their hardest to remain inconspicuous, getting to know the party, but they really don't know that they're actually in there to grab the thing for themselves and then fucking leave. And I told them, if your character becomes friends with the rest of the party, that's cool, that's on you. But as the DM, like, I'm not going to stop you from doing one thing or another, betraying your purpose and whatnot, but your objective is opposing the other players, and you have to be, well, your job is to be covert about it, like, people can't find out, right? And that was fun, like, games within games. Oh man, that was great. I don't find that to be the average, and I do it really poorly because I'm an amateur. When I DM, like, I barely do this shit. So I have these ideas that could be fun, and I almost wish that someone would do these ideas when I played a game. Speaking of, look who showed up. You don't do it. Look, this Ulysses is actually the person who I'm talking about right now. I cannot believe you just show up right the second while I was talking about you. So the idea of like games in games, that's so wild that you just showed up like that. That's fucking cray. I was talking about when you were playing Elias and your job was to get a sample of whatever it was that you needed for the pharmaceutical company, and your goals were actively, I was summoned by the, yeah, apparently. Man, that's so cool. So I'm an amateur, and I almost wish that these things got done to me if I ever played. Because that shit sounds so good and exciting. Like I said, I'm all about the roleplay and the tension between characters, but I'm not so much like combat invested. Like, I'm not good in the idea of like combat and whatnot. And min-maxing and all this stuff, which seems like, incredibly enough, I'm saying this, but I'm having fun with Baldur's Gate trying to strategize and making like a party comp that works. I played a spy character once that was doing wacky shit to oppose the party and had ultimately cast fucking Wish not to get caught. I never got to play that character again, but it added a kind of intrigue to the setting that hung... Dude, yeah, I fucking... Oh, God, I love... That stuff, it makes it so much more interesting to me. God, that shit is good. Especially if there's the risk that other players might find out. That is fucking cool. Like, if you... Like, there's double that... If I could, it would be too much to, like, I tried, it would be too much to hold, but if every player, or at least groups of, if you can take your group and if you could crunch them into smaller groups, and then make it so those people have their own objectives, and everyone's playing a game of nobody fucking nobody fucking knows what the fuck anybody else wants. That is fucking phenomenal. That's so fucking good to me. Because now, there's so many agendas and self-interest. The problem is that the players ideally should be the ones to keep track of that and to hold that, in my opinion. Maybe I'm just an incompetent DM, which I'll accept 100% if somebody says like, oh, you know, that's actually something that the DM should do. That's fine. I could be an incompetent DM, but fuck, dude. That'd be so much to keep track of. That'd be so much note-taking. Like, if every character had their own development and storyline that's all unfolding at the same time while multiple different agendas are, like, I don't know. Fucking like that. I wish that it just worked out well in stories like that, but most of the people I play D&D fucking hate PvP. I don't want these people to fight. In my opinion, it may happen, but it would be I will allow it as a consequence. Like, obviously, if it happens, it happens. But in my ideal world, conflict gets solved one way or another, with PvP being like a minimal. If it happens, it happens. You know? But ideally, I would love for these people to have to somehow navigate. Wait, what? Darius is getting 30k a month to Gamba? What? How? Did he get? Oh, he probably got a sponsorship. That's pretty fucking crazy. That's crazy. My man is making 200k a year to Gamba. Holy shit. Yeah, I don't know. Ideally, these characters would have to... I love intrigue, man. I love intrigue. And I want more puzzles and murder mysteries. Fuck, I don't know. Makes me wish I could be a player. This is a commission of like an eldritch angel lady. I don't think she's actually like eldritch. The idea is that like she's this beautiful woman who has a divine appearance, but the closer you get to her, the more you realize that there's like these fucking tentacles, and that they're alive, and that they're gross, and that she's a monster. God, I'm gonna lose my voice. Little man's got a mouth now. Oh, boy. When are we going to be able to do watch parties? I want to watch and go over and talk and react to anime while we're hanging out. You know what I need to do? I need to do a new overlay is the word that I'm looking for. So we take an overlay where we do like a 50-50 split of both screen. Well, maybe not 50-50. Anime, yuck. Well, we can watch live action too. What's like live action show that I've enjoyed recently? Could do The Last of Us. Surely HBO won't fucking kill me. No, there were some live action shows that I did want to see. Just don't remember what they are at the moment. Ooh. Review Stalker? Stalker is a novel and a game, no? I'm definitely not reading a book, or is that like a movie based off the novel? Oh, I might be thinking of Metro. That's a motherfucking artistic movie. Oh, boy. Okay, if movies are too smart for me, I will start shitting on it because I don't. And it'll take somebody a lot smarter than me to explain to me why for me to start. There's some movies that are fucking... Is it The Fountain? Oh, God. When I was young and impressionable, I met some people that were in some pretty bad political affiliations. Before you type in the worst thing that you can think of, you're probably correct. I had no idea what these people were into, but they would explain things about how like Beowulf speaks to an inherent spiritual presence that belongs to white people. That is fun. And they knew that I wasn't white, so it was kind of weird. I was being groomed a certain way, and these motherfuckers started talking about metaphysics and it was metaphysics and how it pertains to like people's spirituality, and it would get me to watch The Fountain. Bro, I swear I've never been more confused in my life. I don't understand. And these people were fucking crazy about that shit, understanding like inherent themes of heroism and of sacrifice and of selflessness. And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about, bro? So if a movie is really artistic, really artistic to the point where it's super abstract, then I don't know, bro. I don't know, but we can do it, and I'll give my genuine thoughts. Sounds like those folks are reading a lot into that movie. They could have, maybe they weren't. I still don't understand anything about The Fountain. And mind you, The Fountain is like Hugh Jackman. I want to make sure that I got the right movie. Hugh Jackman, The Fountain. Also, I hope you guys don't like Starfield. I'm so sorry if you do. This is the one. This is the one. That's the movie, The Fountain. Dude, I couldn't begin to tell you what I watched when I saw that movie. I couldn't begin to tell you. Not in a zillion fucking years. Gosh, bro. Are people messaging me? It's called oh god, dude, I've only heard about the JF thing. Dude, that's fucking sounds about right. Sounds about right. I don't know before anybody. Looks pretty sus. JF shit is funny as fuck. It's pretty crazy. It's pretty fucking wild. Uh-oh, guys. I forgot that I had some play here. 100% kill this fight. Bada bing, bada boom. I forgot that I actually made plans tonight. That was my mistake, guys. I might have to end the stream early. Completely bad on my part. I actually forgot. Uh-oh. Okay, amigos. Well, it looks like I might have to go. However, I will try to stream again. I think the last 2 days I didn't stream, which is like the weirdest thing, because I tried to keep a consistent schedule of stream every other day. At what time, who knows? But if I don't stream tomorrow, I will stream after tomorrow. And is there anything else? Oh, okay, so we need to plan, because I want to do a stream where we go through all the goblins. Shirley Copium. Talk to you later, buddy. Good night now. Good night, guys. But I need to set up a stream where we go through the goblin short films. I want to go through them really bad. I really do. I might put all of them. Here's what I'll do. I'll put all of them on the Discord. All of them on the Discord? The Goblin 2023 year list of short films. And I want to go through them. Watch them on stream. There's a lot. Have you already watched them? Not all of them, all the 2023s. Have you watched all the 2023 ones? I thought they just came out. I would love to watch them with my own eyes and give feedback and opinion and react. Talk about them. Maybe I'll even pre-watch them and take notes and talk about what they did meticulously and what they... That could be fun. Yeah, because if I think of it on the spot, you know what? I might pre-watch them. Maybe. We'll see. Or maybe I'll do like a blind react. We'll see. Okay. I love you guys. I'm gonna go, especially because I need to whiz. And there's a little boy. Yep, there it is. All right, guys. I love you. Who will I leave you off with? Who? Darius? Last time I left with Darius, it was not a good time. Bali! Yeah. Don't host Darius, okay. You know what? I think I'm just gonna end stream today, I think. But I love you guys. I will always be on DGG chat. You will always tag me there, and if I don't see... I need to look through my mentions. But I will always be in DGG chat, so feel free to tag me there and say something nasty. Say something mean. Get under my skin. Okay. I love you guys. Have a good one. I will see you guys tomorrow or after tomorrow. Probably after tomorrow, probably. Okay. Mwah, mwah.